Ba-ba!
Ba-bam, we are live.
We're
Hello,
live.
everyone. Hello, Maid. You're the only one that I see here. Welcome to the Cold Topic Anniversary Podcast. I am your host, Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope, and I am here with ConquertheJohn, your envoy of John. How are you doing, John?
I do bring that envoy up, John. That is correct. I'm doing good. Besides the half-hand feeling thing, I'm good.
Yeah, go to a doctor.
Uh,
John, this
eventually.
whole podcast is an intervention.
I knew it would come someday. I just was hoping it wasn't on the anniversary.
What, the hand thing?
No, the intervention. I
Oh, the
figured
intervention.
I'd have an intervention eventually about something. I just wasn't sure what.
Well, another thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to make you a Mal account. Hey, Pache, welcome to the stream.
Oh yeah, that's a word. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Maybe we can do that next week, or when you get a working hand. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Oh, it works. I just don't feel anything here and down. So like right here is all numb.
Yeah, that's sounds like a stroke.
It quite possibly is.
Yeah.
So
that's bad.
That's why I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore.
In my I didn't go to medical school opinion, and I'm not legally a doctor and cannot legally give medical advice, go to a fucking doctor because they did go to medical school.
I will do that next month when I get my health insurance.
Absolutely, yes. I highly recommend it. In my not-expert opinion, you need a doctor.
Yeah, that's on the cards. Since we switched companies, kind of, my health insurance switched. I have to wait a month for it to go through or whatever.
Could not be a less opportune time.
And literally, though, that's what I said. And when this happened, I'm like, you know what? This is awesome.
Yeah.
I have zero health insurance. And thank you, America, for being one of those countries that if you don't have health insurance, then fuck you, you're probably going to die.
The easiest solution to this is healthcare vouchers, is the thing.
Yeah.
Other countries with privatized healthcare do it.
Yeah, I mean, I used
People
to get,
are like, but if we go to free healthcare, it'll cause the privatized healthcare companies to implode. Then fucking give people the healthcare vouchers. I mean, it's not
like a coupon at least. Give me a buy one get one. Come on.
Yeah. I went to the emergency room last month. This is a thing that people do. It's like, yo, what the fuck is with this bullshit?
Yeah, I haven't been to a doctor since 2005.
Oh man, doctors are fucking useless, but no, I don't want to call out doctors, but it seems like my recent experience with doctors has been they just want to make sure I'm not dead or dying.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, get out. I'm like, but what about all of my current problems? And they're like, I don't know. You're not dying. Get out.
Are you dead yet?
It's like, we checked if you were dying. That's all we care about. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just fucking live with the inability to eat. And they're like, yep. Sounds good. Have fun with that. I'm like, thanks. Cool.
Cool. Awesome. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for that bill.
Yeah. Woo! Anyway, I can eat again, which is great. I've been forcing myself. Most of my problems had went away for a while. I think I had some sort of horrible indigestion or something. And then most of my problems went away, and I was good for a week, and then all of us out of nowhere, shit started going wrong with me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I started having horrible anxiety attacks, which again, this is a new thing. This isn't usually something I have to deal with, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? I realized I was eating one time a day, and I was like, hey, hold up, am I literally starving? I might just be literally starving.
Yeah.
So, not figuratively starving, oh, I'm so hungry. Actually, I don't think I was getting enough calories. So I've been forcing myself to eat 3 times a day. I'm feeling better. I'm starting to gain weight. I think I mentioned, last time, I lost, 20 pounds in a month. So,
yeah.
So I think I'm starting to get better. Oh, I got news back from my doctor. They ran their tests. I'm pretty healthy. There's no issue with my thyroid, which is one of the things they were suspecting. My big issues are I was dehydrated and dangerously low on vitamin D. So now I have to get a bunch of sunlight. I cannot get my fucking light to behave, by the way.
Well,
anyway.
If you need some vitamin D.
Yeah? Yeah? You want to finish that?
That's all.
Okay. Anyway, I kind of cut you off to talk about my shit. Sorry about that. That's how I'm doing. How are you doing?
Oh yeah. I mean, other than the bullshit, it's been an interesting month. Working a lot, stuff like that. I built a new model. You can't see it, but I built that from One Piece. That took a long time, but that was fun. I did that. Is John still going limp? I don't know who told you that, but um, I can't finish that. I'm not limp. I just can't feel shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like it's not like I'm like heartless. I just physically I can't feel this when I grab that. Like it just feels like pressure. It's weird. I'm not limp. I'm still very much able to perform.
Turgid.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Not that kind of. That's what I was like. Wait a minute. Who told you? That's I take pills for that separately. That's a different thing, different issue that I have. But we don't need to get into that. But yeah, I bought some new shirts, so I did that. Other than that, this last month has literally been hey dum dum, get healthy, and Naruto, basically. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's this month for me too. Hey, Dum Dum,
Yeah.
get healthy. Hey,
Yeah.
maybe you should consume food and beverage at some point in your life.
Yeah, see, I have the opposite problem. I'm consuming too much food.
Oh, we should trade. We should go halvesies.
Yeah, like I had I went out to eat like 3 times in a row, and it was ridiculous. And yeah, so yeah, I'm going to the gym now,
Oh,
and that's lame. 'Cause I hate the gym, but yeah, I'm doing that. So expect me to be jacked in like a week.
mm-hmm.
So that's how the gym works.
Yep.
So I'm gonna look like Kurt Russell.
I did some burpees recently and had a huge anxiety attack, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I did some research, and apparently exercise can mimic the symptoms of anxiety attacks and cause your dumbass to have an anxiety attack. So
That
that's
is interesting.
awesome. Yeah. Apparently, it's not very common, but there's nothing common about Sack. Oh, and as of course an update, Sack is never limp.
He's
Never.
always hard. Always torqued, ready to go.
Diamond.
As for streaming, I haven't been doing any of that.
Yeah, it's Digimon month, right?
Yeah, it was.
Digimonth.
It was Digimonth until unfortunately that happened, and I was like, shit. It's not that it's hard for me to play games. It's a constant thing that's on my mind, and it's hard to focus on anything right now.
I get ya. I gotcha.
But it will happen again after I get some stuff sorted out. I think I'm almost at the point where I can do it now. So I'm not as worried as I was about it. So I think soon. There might be some spoilers as to what I might come and play. Who knows? But I have an idea. We're not going to continue Digimonth because I kind of fucked that up. So I'm gonna
bring it back for Digicember.
There we go. What better way than spend 12 days of Digimon? It's like the 12 days of Christmas.
I had a weekly special, but I didn't do it this year. I missed the boat. It's supposed to be the second week of January is Loli week, and I forgot.
Neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically everything that's going on my neck of the woods.
I beat God of War. I beat it. Beat God of War 2. Beat God of War 3. beat Cabela's Dangerous Beast Hunt 2009.
Which was the most surprising game on your list for me.
And you know what? If you weren't there, you missed one of the best streams I've ever done in my life.
I did miss that one, unfortunately.
You missed a fucking doozy. It was an actual blast.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Huh? It is on
It's
YouTube,
on,
yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. What a fucking... you missed the man, the myth, the legend, Flint Abrams.
Okay. Flint Abrams? I like
Flint
it.
Abrams, the main character of Cabela's Dangerous Beast Hunt 2009. Flint Abrams can death roll a crocodile.
All right.
Flint Abrams once killed a lion that pounced on him by stabbing it in the heart. Flint Abrams once killed 12 buffalo in one fight while they stampeded at him.
Now, is this canon confirmed like it was in the
Flint
game?
Abrams once outran an avalanche. John, don't be ridiculous. Of fucking course it was in the game.
I gotta ask these questions.
Of course it's in the game! Do you think this isn't in the... Do you think I would be playing this game? Flint Abrams once killed an entire pride of lions with a handgun.
Because the way you say it makes it feel like it's either the realest shit ever or just like completely fabricated.
There's a reason I played this fucking game.
That's what my next question was. Why was it on the list? And now I have that answer.
No, you have your... Because of that. Because of all
Flint Abrams.
When Flint kills the horde of fucking buffalo, his two friends are up in the tree, and they're like, "Wow, Flint, you made it look easy." And Flint's like, "No, it wasn't easy. It took all of my skill and all of my cunning as a hunter." But the buffalo were better than you, and don't you forget that. And I'm like, damn, Flint.
Was this on PS3?
Yeah, it was on PS3.
Okay, I'll have to.
Flint Abrams was hunting in the jungle of, I think, Ecuador. He was hunting in the Ecuadorian jungle, and a plane crashed. And he found a sexy Latina woman about to be swallowed by an anaconda, and he saved the woman, killed the anaconda, then saved her husband from a burning plane and a hyena.
Huh.
The game is a delight, is what I am telling you.
From a game like Cabela's, I would not expect this deep-seated lore.
I killed an elephant with a handgun. I shot it, and it was like, rawr, and then it charged at me, and then I shot it again, and it was like, oh my god. And then it started running away, and then I chased after it on foot, shooting at it with a handgun as it ran away from me.
I feel like I should play this game.
It's in the stream, by the way. So I'm not making any of this up.
I was going to fact check your ass tomorrow.
And you can. It's in the stream. Maid was there. She knows. Arsik was there. It's a fucking delight. Killed an entire pack of hyenas with the butt of his rifle. Didn't fire a bullet. Just whack.
I feel like that shouldn't even be a real thing.
It's a delight of a game. I also got new quotes added to my stream. This is a window capture, so you're about to disappear for like half a second, I think.
Oh no, bye. Man.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's see. New quotes. Quote 49. I have just killed a man and I will now fuck his wife. God of War 3. Quote 50. I think I kind of just don't like the idea of leaving an animal alive. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009. And quote 51, eat a cunt, you fuck bitch, by Shoujo Sensei's Sailor Moon Another Story, which is Maid's viewer request.
And has that been a delight to watch?
That is that was the quote when I finally defeated Nabu.
Which I heard was a delay, and I'm very upset I missed it.
Oh, fucking Nabu. Oh, anyway, yeah, I did that. I got a new video uploaded on my channel. So I've been busy this month.
I've been the opposite. I've been not busy.
New video uploaded to my channel is
Hello, everyone.
what I watched. Oh God, fuck me, my voice. What I watched recently, number 13, Love Live, where I review Love Live School Idol Project second season, Love Live School Idol Project OVA, Love Live the School Idol movie, Love Live Sunshine second season, Love Live Sunshine the School Idol movie Over the Rainbow, Love Live Najigasaki Gakuen School Idol Dokukai. So go check that out if you want to see my opinions on all of Love Live. And also, I got the dartboard up on that channel, so you can just basically watch me review every Love Live thing ever made. So,
every single thing.
Also known as Sack one-shots every enemy except the first boss. It's a very accurate playthrough. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. I've been up to a lot of shit.
Yeah, it was definitely a joy watching you play that game.
But, yeah, we probably have one more stream in that or something. So I'm looking to sort of finish that up on Monday. When are you coming back, John? You know?
I'm going to shoot for this week. I don't make any promises, but I'm shooting for Monday.
The only thing I promise is I promise nothing.
Yes. I did extend the Superman 64 channel point thing. We almost ran out of that. So eventually I will be playing Superman 64.
All the way through?
Yeah.
Do you want some advice, John?
Don't do it.
If you play on easy, you don't actually have to get the rings.
Yes. I love that. Thank you.
Or so I've heard.
If there is a way to cheat without actually using cheat codes, Zach, you know damn well I'm going to do it.
Which is the opposite philosophy of my channel, which is if there is a way to cheat, including using cheat codes, and dumping the actual game onto my PC so I can cheat harder on PC, I'll do it. Which is what we are working towards in Drakengard 3. I have successfully dumped Drakengard 3 onto my PC, and I'm going to slowly work my way through that game. So that
I do have copies of Drakengard 1, 2, and 3.
Nice. Why?
I don't know, because I remember a conversation probably about a year ago, or I think it was when you were playing it. I was like, I should try these games out. So I'm gonna try these games out.
You shouldn't.
I have them.
The only good one is 3.
I got all 3 of them.
I would recommend Nier. The original Nier, or Replicant, which I think I don't know how well they remade it, but I would recommend Nier as a gateway into Drakengard. And then I would worry about the other entries. I would try Nier or Nier Replicant.
Yeah, I know we have Automata. I don't know.
I think that said everything I needed to about Automata.
Fair enough. I went on a crazy getting games free the other night, so
I haven't bought a game I think in a month or two. So
I buy game like every paycheck, yeah.
Oh, good for you. I'm thinking about now that my problems are almost over. Drakengard 2 is good until the bone casket. Which is the most bullshit thing I've seen in a game in a very long time. It is in every way Nabu level bullshit. But I've been thinking about getting like a new booster box for Yu-Gi-Oh! As sort of celebration for how things are going lately. But I've been looking at like the only thing that's out is like Dawn of Majesty and King's Court, and they seem very lackluster to me. So, ugh.
Sometimes you gotta treat yourself.
Sometimes you gotta treat yourself, but then you look at the treats on the table and you're like, ugh.
Yes.
Look, I'm sure the sets are totally fine. I actually have heard that Dawn of Majesty is a little lackluster and King's Court's okay. But King's Court is based around an archetype I don't give two fucking shits about. Like, if you know original Yu-Gi-Oh, Yugi had King's Knight, Jack's Knight, and Queen's Knight. That's the whole archetype. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about this fucking... I mean, I own those cards, but I'm not gonna fucking ever play that archetype. It sounds fucking terrible. And I hear Dawn of Majesty's a little lackluster, but, like, I only care about a Yu-Gi-Oh set if there's waifus in it. And they're very waifu light in these two sets. So, and that's what we're dealing with now. And so.
Fair enough.
Oh, one other piece of news is Grandma Sack has defeated Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. Everyone. Yeah, she did it. She beat the game. She beat Danganronpa 2.
Magnificent.
Yeah, I was like, good job. And then I put her ass on Ultra Despair Girls, right? She was not having that game. She was like, this is not enjoyable. And then, so what she did was, she called me over and was like, hey, while I got you here, you're gonna beat this game for me. And I'm like, oh, are you fucking for real? And Grandma Zach's like, yeah, boy. Yeah, beat it for me. And I'm like, God damn it. I've been tricked and bamboozled.
Oh, how the tables turned have.
So now I have to fucking beat Ultra Despair Girls again.
Well.
So I'll tell you how that fucking goes, I guess. Yeah, that was it. That was my news. Oh, yeah, what are you coming back with?
You know, there may be a hint somewhere in the room.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
You know, that'd be interesting, but no, that is not it.
Pokemon Blue.
That would also be interesting.
Pokemon Red. Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Leaf Green. Wind Waker. Kirby Dream Land. That new Demon Slayer game.
Doesn't he? Oh yeah, that's right. There is, yeah.
The Ghostbusters video game.
No, that will be probably for Halloween, yeah.
I don't see anything else in your room other than Majora's Mask t-shirt, which is what is probably the answer, but I refuse to accept that as the answer. So, what is it, John?
It's Majora's Mask.
Oh!
Yeah, it's Majora's Mask. Yeah. Which is also featured in this manga that I have right here.
Grandma Sack can barely use the fucking internet. Of course she's unaware of video walkthroughs with no commentary.
But she has beaten Danganronpa too.
She has, but I also kept getting phone calls about how to fucking set up a walkthrough. I'm like, just type in the word walkthrough.
I love my grandma, but I have her blocked on my phone because she likes to call people like 6:30 in the morning. So Grandma John can no longer call.
Oh,
just because.
Well,
yeah, she can call my mom at that hour, just not me.
Yeah.
I unblock her to call her on holidays. So
Gotcha. See, I don't have that problem. But I do have to hear about fucking not knowing how to search walkthrough on Google. It's fine. She's new to it. Anyway, yeah, that was so you're coming back with Majora's Mask. Full playthrough?
Yeah,
100% or just whatever?
I don't know about 100%, but definitely all masks. I like doing all masks, yeah. But
is it 64 or 3DS?
I don't. If I can get the 3DS one working, then probably 3DS.
Okay.
Just because it looks better and the way it's set up is a lot better. So.
If you're doing 3DS, you probably won't have as much problems with the Goron at the end for the Fierce Deity Mask, where you have to fuck around with the children. Because the problem with doing it on an actual 3DS is the way that the controller's built. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. I had given up when I just managed to just luck my way through actually doing it, which is it would have been significantly easier. Like, there is... I did research on this. There are a lot of parts of the 3DS version that are harder, and there's also parts that are easier. So it's a little give and take on that. It's just whatever you can get working.
Yeah. Oh, the one other thing that happened. It's been a good 4 years, but unfortunately, my Xbox Elite controller has shit the bed.
Darn.
Not really shit. Yeah, not really shit the bed. The LB button just broke off, so it's been a solid 4
pretty
years.
bed shit.
I mean, yeah. I was playing Dark Souls.
Oh, never do that.
Yeah.
Never play Dark Souls.
I've just been fucking around with different classes.
Excuse me. I saw a clip from Dark Souls 2, and I'm like, man, I forgot how pretty Dark Souls 2 can be.
And then you play it and you're like, I hate this game.
No, I don't really have that problem with Dark Souls 2. It's...
I do. That's my least favorite one so far. I don't know why, but it is.
I'll tell you... Oh, John, here's what I'm going to sell you. I was thinking about this. You tell me what you think, all right?
Okay.
First off, we got to beat Dark Souls 2.
We do.
You're not... You gotta fucking kill the dragon. We'll be okay.
Did.
You killed
kill the dragon. I didn't kill the dragon, but I killed everything leading up to.
Okay, so we gotta do this. Let's just throw a date out there. We're not making any promises. Next Saturday we could make the Mal account if you want to do that. We said we'd do that for the anniversary special.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
What do you think about the 28th? Week after?
28th
Saturday?
for Dark Souls? Yeah.
Dark Souls 2?
It's easy to set up. Oh, fuck though.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's on my Xbox. I bought all the Dark Souls games on my PC too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I can just like load it up on my PC. I don't have to grab my Xbox. I have to go grab my Xbox still.
You have to go grab your Xbox. Yeah. But from that point, look, there's no save imports for Dark Souls, so.
Which is annoying because I wish I could just throw it onto the PC. It'd be so much easier.
Would love if I could grab my Drakengard save and shove that onto my fucking PC so I don't have to replay all of Drakengard 3, but...
I mean, can't you rip it from the PS3?
The only issue is it has DLC save data on it.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't know if I can, but it has DLC save data, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to get a fucking... I can't even get the update working for our PC. See, I'm used to emulators where you don't have to worry about things like DLC and fucking updates. So I'm looking at our PC CS2. Like, the most I'm used for, like, emulators is, like, fuck around with the visual settings and add in the visual hacks and throw in a widescreen fucking sheet. This is fucking RPC as whatever, like 3 or some shit is like, you gotta update your shit. You gotta fucking take your DLC. You gotta put your I don't fucking know what I'm doing. It's so much more complicated. I just want to dump the game, shove the game in the fucking thing, and then do my shit. That's all I want. And I want it to work. I want it to work like magic, but it doesn't.
Fair enough, yeah.
I just want it to magically function, and it just refused. Anyway, here's what I was gonna say. I was thinking about this on one of my stress walks, John. You know my gimmick is. You know what my gimmick is. I finished the quest.
You do.
So here's what I'm announcing, if it's okay with you.
Go for it. Announce away.
Sack is back for DS3.
Oh my god.
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'll do it.
I was not expecting that.
I'll be back for DS3. Let's do it, John. You and me.
All right, yeah. Was not expecting that, to be honest.
No one was.
And the good thing is we can play that on PC, so.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. And I hear it works, maybe.
You did start it, now you have to finish it, yeah.
I have to finish the quest, yes. Yes, I'm not including Bloodborne or Demon Souls, because I think you already did those, but...
I've already did those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do Kingsfield.
I don't know Kingsfield.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't know Kingsfield. I hear it's okay. There are earlier FromSoft games that look more interesting than later FromSoft games. Have you seen the trailer for Elden Ring?
Yes. That
game looked decent. And then I remembered, hey, wait a minute. This is a FromSoft game. It's probably fucking terrible.
Yeah, I have it pre-ordered on PC.
Mm-hmm.
I will be getting Elden Ring when it comes out.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin said he hasn't worked on that game. Like, they'll occasionally ask him for shit, but he hasn't, like, actually written for that game since, like, 2018. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Because I know game writing is usually done well before you start, like, modeling and shit. Or at least it's supposed to, and then sometimes they'll, like, change some shit up. But it could also... Like, that's what I'm hoping. What I would hope is it means that he already did his part, and now they're just working on what he gave them.
Yeah, I think
what it could also mean is he gave them an outline, and then Miyazaki's like, cool, that's all we needed for it. Now I'm going to go Miyazaki it up. We're going to get feet. We're going to get dragons. I want some buildings that are broken. We got to have patches in the game.
Oh my god, it patches in Elden Ring.
Where's that Moonlight Greatsword? Gonna get that shit in there?
Well, I mean, you know it's a given that it's gonna be in the game. It's an
final boss is Seath.
Okay, that'd be a little outlandish.
Would it be? Because Dark Souls wasn't the first game that Seath appeared in. Seath is also a repeat.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so is Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an every single one. It's the best in Bloodborne, though. The best iteration is hands down in Bloodborne, I think, personally.
I think the only reason it's the best in Bloodborne is because fucking Ludwig has it. And Ludwig is the coolest motherfucker. He also has, like, the best theme in the game. Look, I'll speak all the mad shit about Bloodborne. That game's got a pretty good soundtrack.
Bloodborne's my favorite Souls game.
Well,
I said it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Here, like I've said, Bloodborne has a lot of problems. But I will accept people who say Bloodborne is a good game.
Yeah, it's a good
because there are things there is clearly intention. There are things to like about Bloodborne, even if I do not appreciate it myself. I will not accept anyone who says DS3 is the best fucking Souls game, because they are wrong. They are wrong, stupid doo-doo heads.
I mean, if I could put it from what I've played, I would probably put it Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, then I put Demon Souls, and then Dark Souls 2.
That's not an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
But
I also need to finish Dark Souls 2.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Jen. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you replay Dark Souls 2, you replay Dark Souls 3, and you give it 5 years, you'll be like, man, Dark Souls 3 fucking sucks. I'm going to go replay Dark Souls 2. Because that is the inevitable evolution of everyone who has played Dark Souls 3 and 2.
I mean, from what I hear, I probably like Dark Souls 2 more by the end of it. But we'll see. I'll have the official ranking. I'm not going to... Sekiro, I don't consider in that thing, so I don't even put it up against, because it's very different from the other ones. So Sekiro's all right.
Sekiro looks interesting to me sometimes, and then looks boring other times.
I'm sorry, mate. I just like DS1 and Bloodborne. I just like them. I put it third. What are you talking about?
Des grows on you. Yeah, I didn't like Des the first time I played it either. Honestly,
I also need to play the remastered version, because I do have the remastered version that's been unopened since I bought my PS5.
Yeah, the remastered one. I don't like the aesthetics of that game from what I've seen of it. And they kind of fucked the soundtrack up. Like, I liked the original. Yeah, I like the original tracks better. They also they redid Maiden Astrea's theme, and it's good in the remake, but the original Maiden Astrea theme is the best track in all of the Soulsborne games. Like, hands down. So
I know Bloodborne be bopping. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Don't understand. Maiden Astrea is the best theme in all of Soulsborne.
I've heard it. I played the PS3.
It is the best theme in Soulsborne.
That was a fun playthrough, because I cheated my way to just bumping through that fucking
That's
game.
what you fucking do.
Yeah,
that's why Demons is the best one.
I don't know. You can fucking do that in Dark Souls 1. You can and it's easier.
There's a dupe glitch in Dark Souls 1 still?
Yeah,
it's unpatched.
it's stupid easy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Which I'm unfamiliar with this.
So so what you do is you buy like say 99 arrows, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you do, you buy the 99 arrows, you go to the menu, you click on the arrows, and you pull up like the use quantity, and you put it to 99. You cancel out of that. You move a soul to the top of your item list. Then you go to brightness, and you got to hit like A and like R1 at the same time almost to like get it to pull up both menus. And what you do is you press A, it'll bring up the menu to use item, and then you hit like down and right at the same time, and it'll just go down to the OK button. When you're on the OK button, when you hit A, it'll pull up use quantity on that soul, and you can just hit down and go right to 99. Stupid easy.
I like how you said it's easier, and then you spent like a half a minute explaining a significantly more complicated glitch to pull off.
It sounds complicated, but it's way easier. You just have to have the 99 arrows.
You just turn around and like hit B.
Yeah, but you gotta like do it. You gotta like do it right. If you screw it up a little bit, the menu goes away. It's Like I think this one's easier.
And that only uses quantity for like that uses it, right?
Yeah, so like it'll use it though if you have one of those souls.
So that's not like a duping new moon grass or anything.
Yeah, whatever.
Or like archstone fragments or shit.
But
so
you can also
it's an even better glitch in Demon Souls.
Yeah, you can also do it anywhere too. So like that's a good thing. Like if you're just
if you walk into a fucking dungeon and you don't have 99 new moon grass, you brought it on yourself to die.
Well, that's fair.
If you
So it's like it's not really an item dupe. I mean, I guess you could dupe items with it, but
I mean, you could do humanity probably, right?
You can do you can do like I did that to do the Chaos Witch Coven thing like literally immediately.
Yeah, that would be the way. That would be the way to do that one.
Oh, 100%.
I just save up my humanity for that coven.
Oh, that's what I normally do too. But when you're running Pyromancer and you want to get OP quick, that's how you do it.
Oh yeah.
And then you get the shortcut too.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was the 45-minute recap.
That was a recap. It was a 30-minute recap. Look, I'm gonna be honest with the audience. We don't have a lot of topics.
Yeah,
I was just letting it go.
Yeah, mine. I had 3 movies and one episode of one TV show.
I had 1 movie last week when we were supposed to do the podcast, and was like, I'm not going to be able to finish Fallout 4 in time. So I played 2 games in like 1 day.
I was also like, I had a feeling like I'd one of the movies that I did watch, I was like, I wonder if Shaq watched this too. But like when I was watching it, so that would have been really funny.
No.
Yeah.
As someone who knows what's up, no.
Well, I figures like sometimes you peruse the the Netflix and you just watch a movie.
I don't watch anything on Netflix very often.
I have it for free, so I just use it when I.
Yeah. I have Netflix. I rarely use it for much of anything.
No.
I want to watch Queen's Gambit.
I heard it's very good.
I heard it was very good. I've been playing chess lately, a little bit, little against the computer. Because I'm not very competitive. I don't want to play against actual players. But I've been playing some computer chess lately on chess.com. And in fact, I think I played one earlier today while eating, and I beat a 700. So
I'm sure this goes with no surprise, but I am fucking awful at chess.
I'm no great master or anything. Although I did play the computer on 3200. And did not win. I don't think that needed to be said. In fact, I moved 2 pieces. The computer moved 2 pieces, and I looked at that and was like, wow, I am outclassed. I have never before been playing chess and then felt outclassed in 2 moves. But that computer at 3200 was like, wow, I'm in for a fucking fight.
They'll do that.
Yeah.
They will do that.
Yeah, when you set the computer at a fucking max, you see that you are fucked. Are you ready to face Chessmaster Critical? Yeah, I think Critical is actually good at chess, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's actually pretty good, yeah.
Probably not, no. Like I said, I beat the computer on 700. I'm not...
Also, shout out to Critical, who's streaming right now to 12.6k people.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, I assume he's like over 1,000, right? Maybe 1,200, something like that. I don't know what his score is, but definitely higher than mine, I'm sure.
I think I watched him play like once, and that was like a year and a half ago or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around with chess though. But I did get into in that game. I did get into like a position where I'm like, okay, clearly I am not gonna win. The computer is aggressively on the offensive. I am just defending. But if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna bloody the computer's fucking nose. So I took its goddamn queen. I took 2 bishops.
I said, fuck you.
And a bunch of pawns, and that's about it. It checkmated me with some rooks and 2 knights and a pawn. And I'm like, whatever, dog. I got your fucking queen. That's all I care. I got the queen of a 3200 computer. That's all I cared about. And I got both of its bishops. Whatever. For me, that's a win. Okay? I survived long enough to take your fucking queen. That's it. That's a win for me.
Cheating bitch.
All right, we ready to move on?
Let's move on to the first topic, which is your topic.
No, John, it's yours. I want you to tell us all about Lust from Beyond Prologue.
I cannot.
Okay, great.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, no one does.
Just me.
I'm the only one.
I invented it.
I did. Yes. Lust from Beyond Prologue is a sort of sequel. It's like a demo sequel thing, right? To a game called Lust from Darkness, which I played a while ago. It was decent. It was kind of jank, though, Lust for Darkness. I'm probably going to replay it. I'll probably talk about it on the podcast maybe next time after that, or whatever. That game was pretty short. It was like 3 hours, I think. What I remember from that game is it was like a weird cross between like Eyes Wide Shut and Haunting Ground. Like your girlfriend gets kidnapped by this like sex cult, and they want to put Cthulhu in her, pretty much. Like
neat.
And you're like, I'm gonna go save my girlfriend. And so this takes place after the aftermath of that, which I don't remember how that game works. I think I saved my girlfriend and then died. I don't remember. I'll tell you about it next time. But yeah, so this is a different character. This is a seer. You play some dude, I don't know his fucking name, and you're part of a different cult called the Cult of Ecstasy. You've joined it. You've abandoned your sister. You were seduced by like a lady named Mabel. And though it's sort of like a tech demo, where the game shows you to like walk around, pick up objects. You like search for like statues. And you like go through this ritual that will like open your mind to Listaga, which is the Cthulhu realm. The whole time there's like hints about the mysterious leader of the cult who like disappeared into the other realm. Who I know is a character you see in the actual start of Lust from Beyond, because I've played the first like 3 or 4 hours of that game, and it's actually pretty fucking scary because it's a horror game. But I'm gonna restart the whole thing. I'm just gonna play all of the games and just restart all of them so I can give like a full, because it's been a while since I played Lust from Beyond. So you end up going into like Cthulhu world and you meet the cult leader and then you die. You get your fucking head smashed. Spoiler, it's like an hour to play through it. There is one cool thing, though, where if you like search around really good... and some of the achievements are broken. I think Sticky Fingers is broken, which is like pick up every like item in the game. But you find these statues, and you can like unlock this secret like underground prison where you find this dude from some group called, I think, like the Scarlet Lodge, who's like imprisoned under the stairs, and they're like slowly starving him to death. And then the ritual to like unlock your powers goes horribly wrong, and your whole cult gets fucked up by like a fucking Cthulhu.
Neat.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun, actually. I played it twice. One, I played it a lot faster, just to try and see if I could get more achievements. Couldn't. So yeah, decent. What I will say is that it controls better than Lust for Darkness, which that game was jank as shit. That game would be better if it wasn't so fucking jank.
Fair.
And I'm ready to move on from that.
All right.
Okay.
Also, were those first two like combined?
No, this is the second topic.
Oh, okay.
Lust from Beyond Scarlet is another 1 hour sequel demo thingy to Lust from Darkness. This time you play a sex maniac. Like a sex addict who's meeting this hot chick at an abandoned theater. Aw, yeah. And
she doesn't look that hot.
Well, that's because she's wearing a mask.
She's not Quelaag.
She is not. You're right. Look. John, is it fair to judge all women by the standards of are they Quelaag?
Yes. I'm just saying.
I don't know about that.
I enjoy my half-naked women that are also half spider demon that spit lava.
I think that is... well, she has more mouths to suck you with. But I think that is an unrealistic standard of which to judge women. Anyway, so you're supposed to meet this hot chick that you found on a dating app inside of an abandoned theater for some freaky good times. It's called a nympho... Yeah, okay, you're fine. You're playing a nymphomaniac, whatever. Supposed to... freaky good times in a theater, but... She's being a real tease with you, John, because she wants you to solve survival horror game puzzles in order to find her.
Oh, well, wow. If that was ever a stipulation of sex, I don't want it. Beat Resident Evil 1 for me. No thanks, sweetie. I'm going somewhere else.
I'll go find another hot guy. Is Scarlet Lodge related to the Scarlet King? Not at all. But maybe a little. But what you do, also welcome act here, is once you solve the puzzle, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get with the hot chick. Then she beats you with a fucking club. Wake up, handcuffed to a bed, and she informs you that the nightmares you've been having is part of being called a seer. Remember that from the prologue? So your character can also see and enter into La Saga like the Prologue character. And you have been abducted by the Scarlet Lodge. Oh, shit. They perform horrible torture rituals, which I will not get into. We will be banned on Twitch if I talk about what they do to you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Spooky.
But yeah, they perform horrible torture rituals on you to basically get you to find some magic chamber in Listaga, the alternate realm. And at one point they fuck up, and you manage to escape, and you can escape in one of two ways. You can sneak out using a gramophone, or you can sneak out with a knife and you kill all of them.
Okay.
It's up to you.
You pick the knife.
I did both ways.
Oh, okay. Like a bisexual.
Like a bisexual. Like a knife sexual. Fun little secret for this one is this one also has a secret where if you collect a bunch of shit, a bunch of statues, you get something. In Prologue, one of your mentor characters that your character looks up to, he's in the library. He's one of the higher ups in the Cult of Ecstasy, is named Sabine. And in Scarlet, where you've been abducted by the Scarlet Lodge, they actually mention the dead, like the kidnapped Scarlet Lodge member that you find in Prologue. So the two are connected. But you also find a hidden tape where Sabine agrees to be loyal to the Scarlet Lodge and betray the cult. Ooh.
All right.
Anyway, I have been I was playing Lust from Beyond, the actual proper game, before, and I got onto the street where someone tried to kill me in my hotel room. We'll talk about that more next time. But the whole time you're trying to find this like psychologist about your nightmares, right? In that game. So, plot twist, end of Scarlet, which came out before that game. So I guess I was supposed to already know that, so this isn't a real spoiler. End of Scarlet, you find out that the therapist that your nymphomaniac protagonist in Scarlet is talking to the entire time is the same therapist that you're trying to find in the beginning of Lust from Beyond, the actual game proper, right?
Yeah.
You also find out another important fact. He's the leader of the Scarlet Lodge.
Neat.
Anyway, you just found out that you have confessed that you have been abducted by the Scarlet Lodge because you're one of the seers, straight to the fucking leader of the cult. You get abducted, and then at the end of the game, you are, like, changed to a bed, and they're like, well, he doesn't seem to be able to get into Listaga anymore, so we're gonna have to call him. And this big fat guy with a severed leg comes in and just starts beating you to death. And that's how Scarlet ends. Pretty entertaining. Yeah, pretty good.
Doesn't sound like a great ending, but, you know.
No, you die in both of them. Yeah.
You just gotta get beat the fuck up.
Yeah, you're probably dead. They say his ending is a little less clear. The Prologue character, for sure, deadsies. This one, maybe he lived. I don't know. But, anyway. Yeah. That was what I beat last Saturday in an attempt to have something to talk about for the podcast.
Fair enough. See, I'm in the middle of so many different things. I didn't have any time to complete them. Because of my amazing ADHD, I will start something, drop it, pick up something else, drop that, go back to the previous thing, drop that, and then start a brand new thing. So I'm playing 3 to 4 things right now. It's pretty cool.
Boy, excuse me, do I feel ya. I've decided to make the effort to play at least one short game at the end of every podcast, just so I have something to fucking talk about so this doesn't come up again.
I should start doing something like, because I pick a lot of like stupid long games.
Fallout 4
is
my current project.
Cyber Sleuth before the next podcast. No, that game is 95% cutscene.
Yeah,
I hate it, but I love that game. But it's 95% cutscene.
Yeah, so. I think I'm gonna give Firewatch a go, and probably Blessed from Beyond Darkness. Just something to talk about.
Hades will definitely be on the next podcast because I will be playing that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it came out on Game Pass, so I'm going to be playing that.
One more thing about Lust from Beyond is that a new version of the game is coming out called Lust for Beyond M, which is an M-rated version of the game. So that is coming out soon.
Wait, it's not rated M already?
No, John. No.
Oh, it's rated higher than M.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, I was like, wait. It sounds like this game is pretty graphic.
No, it is definitely wouldn't have made M. Let me tell you that.
Neat. So it's rated E for everyone.
It is rated E for everyone. That's right. They spice it up in the M-rated edition.
Neat.
Let me put it like that. The picture on the screen is the censored version. Also, I couldn't get you the title of the actual game because even the cover of Scarlet would not have been allowed on Twitch.
That's okay.
Now, very sexually explicit content. Let me be very clear. It is intended, like, they use it sort of as a sort of like Marquise de Sade, which was one of the cited like inspirations, like Giger-esque like horror inspiration, where it's supposed to be off-putting how the sexuality is used. And I have to say, in the case of Scarlet, they kind of succeed.
Fair enough.
There's a scene where even I'm like, ugh. I'm not a fan of what I am looking at right now.
I don't really like this.
I'm not really fond of this. That's not one of my fetishes.
There's a movie called Crash, that I had to watch for my other podcast, the less successful one that doesn't exist anymore. That stars fucking I can't remember his fucking name right now, but basically it's a movie that revolves around people getting into car crashes for a sexual thrill. So it's kind of like a car crash fetish type thing. It's like it was one of the weirdest fucking movies I've ever watched. It was also the lowest rated movie I've ever watched. It was weird, yeah.
I'm sure you could get off to Scarlet. I'm just saying, like, even I, in one specific scene, was like, that's what I'm looking at. This is a little much for me. This is a little. I'm not a fan of all the murder, fucking, and shitting happening on screen right now.
Neat.
This is a little too far, a little too spicy for Zach.
It's out of the realm of enjoyment.
Yeah, this took it, there's the line, and this was like, what if I just step over it? I'm like, okay.
I'm just gonna shit over this line real quick.
Yeah. Just fucking mutilating yourself and then rubbing shit all over you, and I'm like, okay, Scarlet. Okay. Your intended purpose is working.
This game is not suitable for children.
It is not, yeah. No, actually what's so fascinating about these games is, one, the stories are actually pretty interesting. Like, there's plot and characters and shit, right? But another thing is, like, and shit, literally, yeah. But another thing is, like, it kind of has, like, that blend of, like, horror and sexuality that Agony went for, except it does it better.
Fair enough, yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted to imagine if, like, Agony was a good game. And I've beaten Agony, for the record. But, like, imagine if Agony was good.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, I'm sorry, I can't be the dissenting opinion. Agony was not good.
I've heard either people really like that or really don't like that game.
I got like 2 or 3 endings for that game. None of them are good. I even beat like Succubus. It's just bad. It's just a bad game. There's no way around it. It's just a bad game.
Just a bad game.
But anyway, look forward to more debauchery next stream. I like how we said we were going to review porn in stream 100, and then I just decided to do it in like stream 6.
Yeah, we did. Well, we did Honey Pop too, right? Was that stream?
We did Honey Pop. We did Subverse. We're doing Lust from Beyond.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had a couple of them. I can't.
All from me.
Yeah, I can't find a game like it would need to be like some like crazy like either RPG type game or something like that. I don't know. Just
play Rants.
Maybe I'll
or Black Bunny.
Black Money. Yeah, it would have to be something like that, just so. Because there has to be like a game behind there somewhere, and anime titties, of course.
Yeah, like Rants or Black Bunny.
I'll check them out on Steam.
There you go. I don't know about that one.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I'm ready to move on.
All right, next topic is my topic. It's gonna be a short one because there's only one episode out, but due to lack of stuff to talk about, I figured I'd at least talk about the one episode that came out Wednesday. So yeah, Marvel's What If. It's a show based on the comic book series of What If comics, where they would ask a question, like what if Peter Parker, instead of turning into Spider-Man, turned into Man-Spider or stuff like shit like that. It's basically an alternate scenario instead of like the original content or whatever. They've been going on since the 60s and 70s. Now they have a show about it. The first episode is like what if Captain Peggy Carter became Captain America? Well, in this case, Captain Carter.
Captain Britain?
Yeah. Oh, technically
that's a
Captain
Union
Britain, Jack. Yeah, technically Captain Britain's Brian Braddock in the Marvel comics. So she's Captain Carter, instead of like Captain America or Captain Britain, because Captain Britain's technically already a character, so they didn't want to do that. He has like a weird power set too, anyways. But yeah, so it's basically a spin on the Captain America: The First Avenger movie. Instead of Steve getting the serum, Peggy gets the serum, and things go a little bit different. I'm not going to go into stupid spoilers, but this show's pretty interesting because it's basically set in the multiverse. Because after everything that happened with Loki, they're kind of just fucking around and like being like, "This is what happens in the other universes now that everything's kind of fucked."
The weirdest
Then
part about that is that the comics always asserted that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was part of the Marvel multiverse anyway.
yeah.
So it didn't need an explanation. They literally made a show to solve a problem that wasn't a problem. And actively went against what they had already stated in a previous movie.
Well, one of my favorite what if stories is actually what if Gwen Stacy lived instead of died. That one's very good, and everyone should read it if you have a way to read it.
Oh yeah, she got her whole spin-off series, Spider-Gwen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's damn good. What if
Professor X, by the way, did get out of the wheelchair for quite a while in the comics. Like he did gain the ability to walk. That happened in mainline comics, not even just like what if.
Yeah. But yeah, the next episode is actually about T'Challa becoming a Star-Lord instead of Black Panther. It's one of the last performances by Chadwick Boseman because of his unfortunate passing last year. So it's going to be an interesting episode next week, and I'll talk more about it when I see more episodes. I'll probably see 4 more by then. But there's a zombie episode. There's a
Ugh, Marvel Zombie sucks. Yeah, I said it.
it's not very good. Yeah, there's one of those. There's a couple different scenarios that I'm pretty like. There's one where Ultron actually wins, dies in Age of Ultron. So
I don't even remember what Ultron's goal was. He wanted to like crash a city into the ground for some reason.
Yeah, angry.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty good. The animation's pretty good. Some of the voice acting is a little weird. They have a lot of people returning from the actual MCU movies to do their characters, which is pretty cool. Obviously, some of the big ones didn't come back, like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, stuff like that, because they're not part of it. Weirdly enough,
Johansson.
Yeah, she's not. Well, yeah. Oddly enough, Tom Holland didn't come back to do Spider-Man for some reason. I think it's like some contract bullshit with Sony or whatever, but I thought that was like the weirdest one who didn't come back. Obviously,
Sony owns the animated movies for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's like stupid shit. But anyways, yeah. Basically everyone's back except for a couple of them, but it's pretty cool. What if Deadpool worked at a Kinko's instead of as a hitman?
It'd be more interesting to me.
Yeah. Deadpool's meh.
Thank you. People go gaga for fucking Deadpool. I didn't like Deadpool in the game. I don't like Deadpool in the comics. I don't like Deadpool in the movies. I don't like the Deadpool movies. I love fucking Ryan Reynolds. I don't fucking like Deadpool. There's like no way around it. I just do not like Deadpool.
The first Deadpool movie I don't mind. The second one I'm like, like I've never been a fan of him.
I thought the second Deadpool movie was better than the first one. The first one is terrible. It's just a very long backstory. But the second one I thought was better. I wasn't super enthusiastic. I like that like Tom Cruise had like a 1 second cameo in it.
You mean Brad Pitt?
Do I? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Brad Pitt.
And all it cost him was a cup of coffee.
It was a sandwich.
It was a cup of coffee.
It was a sandwich, I'd heard.
No, it's a cup of coffee.
Maybe it was also a cup of coffee.
He might have gotten the sandwich too. Yeah.
From what I've heard, he requests his sandwiches in a very particular way, and that's what was special about it. But
yeah, I think like that's probably like one of my like favorite like random cameos of all time. But apparently, Ryan Reynolds' new movie has 2 cameos that are just ridiculous. But I'm not going to spoil because I spoiled them for myself. But
all right, well, we are unmuted. Let's see. What if? Okay, looks like... Oh, one other thing I will say is that I also forgot this. Grandma Sack also beat Her Story.
Neat.
Okay, so next up is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This is the sequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but this one's not excellent. This one is bogus. It's not as good as the first movie, but basically, as we remember, the plot of Bill and Ted is that Bill and Ted are the most important people who ever fucking lived. One day they will write a song that will unite the entire world. So, we see some future people who are not super fond of the world that Bill and Ted have created by being the most important people in the entire world. And so, what they do is they send back androids from the future that disguise themselves as Bill and Ted to go back in time, kill the original Bill and Ted, replace them, and then ruin their lives.
Sounds like Terminator.
Yeah.
This is literally Terminator.
Well, alright, then imagine in this then.
Okay.
What if Terminator had won? Because that is the future that Bogus Journey posits. Yeah, you thought this was going to be them evading their androids? Nah, they fucking die. They just straight up die. So, Bill and Ted die, and then they go to hell. And then they have to fuck around in hell for a little bit. And then they meet Death. This is the one with Death. And then they meet Death. And they challenge Death to a game to get themselves free.
Yeah, he's played by William Sadler, right?
I don't know. Sure, yeah. Why not? And that game is Battleship.
Of course it is.
And they beat Death. And then they go to heaven. They meet God. They talk to an alien named Station. It's a fucking riot. Pretty funny. Not as good as the first movie. Excellent Adventure was definitely a better movie. That might just be the amateur historian in me that appreciated Excellent Adventure better. Bogus Journey, though, not really bad. Death's a cool character. If I can get through anything, Death's a pretty cool character.
Yeah, general consensus is 2 is good, but number 1's like the one that everyone loves. You know?
Yeah. I don't want to talk. It's a comedy. I basically told you everything.
It sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a comedy. Like, I could, tell you how it ends and shit, and I'd be like, oh, that's a good ending, but, it's a most of, with a comedy is, even if we, thorough spoilers off and be like, I'm gonna tell you everything that happens, it's just explaining jokes. Just go watch it. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max or some shit right now, or is it on?
I don't know. I got it mailed to me by Netflix. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're one of those weird folk.
I'm one of them weird folk.
Yeah.
Added a bunch of shit to my list that I'll probably watch eventually, recently, but that's way down the line. If we're just talking about Netflix shit that they're gonna send me, I'm gonna watch all of the Rocky movies. They don't have Rocky 6 though.
What?
Yeah. Rocky Balboa, they don't have, unknown availability for whatever reason.
Well, just rent it on Amazon.
Yeah, I probably can't find it on Amazon.
You can rent it.
Huh?
It's probably on it. You can, rent, any movie on Amazon, really. Except for Spider-Man 2, actually. I had to fucking buy it.
Really? Why? That's weird.
It's weird... you can't rent it anywhere. I had to buy it.
Oh.
One day I just was like, I want to watch Spider-Man movie.
There's things on DVD that they don't have on streaming is the thing. Like Bill and Ted and Rocky and shit like that. If you have both, you can also, if you add things right now to your DVD queue, apparently you help feed homeless children or something. So I guess that's cool.
Oh yeah, no, you can rent it for $4 on Amazon. Yeah.
So I added 100 things to my list. So I fed 100 homeless children. So I've done my good deed for the year. All of them at once. So I want to watch all the Rocky movies, all of the Fast and the Furious movies. I want to watch the Fast Saga, as it's now called, because the titles...
Why?
I don't know. I want to see. Have you seen them all?
I've seen 1, 3, 5.
I've seen, I think, 1 and 2.
Oh, no, I lied. Sorry. I've seen 2, 3, and 5. I didn't see 1.
1 was okay. I just want to be, from what I understand, it goes from about being illegal street racing and ends at gods fighting with cars.
Yeah, it's all about family.
They drive a car in space at one point, I think.
Yeah, the newest one, yeah.
Yeah, which is like literally literally that is a scene in fucking a certain scientific railgun. Season 2, I think.
Can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
I can't wait for your review on those movies. That'll be and Rocky too. I've actually never seen a Rocky movie. Fun fact.
I have seen Rocky 4, which I hear is supposed to be the worst one, and I liked it, but I was very young. And I think I've seen Rocky 2. Yeah, so I think I've seen 2 and 4. But yeah, it goes Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, then Rocky Balboa, and then like Creed and Creed 2, I think. So.
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. They're not as funnily titled as the Fast Saga. But while we're talking, Rocky 4 is the one with the robot. But while we're talking about these, can I just real quick read the Fast Saga movie titles to you?
Yes.
Because when I was trying to add this to my fucking queue, I could not fucking believe how they decided to name these films. So
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, alright. So the only other set of names I've ever seen this fucking absurd is Sharknado. And the problem with that is that Sharknado did that on purpose. Yeah. Someone in marketing did this on accident. Alright. The Fast and the Furious. A totally acceptable name. Too Fast, Too Furious. Mm-hmm. Little tacky, but sure. The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. Alright, fair enough. John, what do you think the fifth Fast and Furious movie, the fourth Fast and Furious movie is called?
Fast and Furious.
It is Fast and Furious.
How did I know?
The fifth one is Fast 5.
It is, in fact, Fast 5, yeah.
The sixth one, Fast and Furious 6. What is movie 7? Furious 7. They're not even fast anymore. They're just furious.
They're just fucking mad. Fucking furious.
Number 8 is The Fate of the Furious. There is a spin-off movie called Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Mm-hmm. And the latest one is called F9.
Yep.
Just F9.
Yep.
This is the most discordant naming sequence I have ever seen.
Oh, it's a riot.
Again, the only thing I've seen this bad as far as titles go is fucking Sharknado, who did it on purpose. And while we're sharing titles, let's just quickly go through Sharknado because I love them. If you haven't seen all of Sharknado, go watch all of Sharknado, by the way.
I have not.
Go watch them. I'm going to pitch to you to watch Sharknado by just reading you the name of the 6 Sharknado movies.
All right, that's good.
Sharknado. Sharknado 2, the second one. Sharknado 3, oh hell no. Sharknado 4, Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens. Sharknado 5, Global Swarming. The Last Sharknado, It's About Time.
All right. The second one.
That's my favorite, I think. The second.
Yeah. The second one.
They are amazing. The main character in Sharknado, he kills a shark at one point with a fucking chainsaw, right? By jumping into it. I'm sure you've seen it from the trailer. And then in one of the later movies, there's been a rampant increase in the world of Sharknados, and they're building a bronze statue of him with a chainsaw.
That's ridiculous, and I love it.
At one point, a Sharknado ends up hitting like a volcano, and it becomes like a lava, like a lava Sharknado. Like it sucks up lava, and it sucks up like water and like nuclear material. There's I think in the fourth one, there's like a lightsaber chainsaw. They're delicious.
I feel like out of curiosity, I should watch these, but I also don't want to justify watching these. I feel like this is like the slow day at work type thing I'm gonna watch.
Yes.
Which I watched Jack and Jill the other day, which I was not gonna put on the podcast, but I will briefly run through it. That movie is fucking terrible. I don't know why I watched it. I don't know why I continue to do these shitty movie Sundays. But I do that. And I just watch shitty movies on Sundays for whatever reason.
You know what? I've decided to get some hardcore work done on Sundays, so that's my hardcore work day. And yoga. I've taken up yoga.
I like yoga. It's pretty good granola.
It's shockingly, like, it was suggested by my therapist, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually weirdly relaxing. I'm kind of into this, so started doing yoga. Yeah.
Made, you're also forgetting part 6, then which I believe is called Jason Lives, and then 7, which is Jason Takes Manhattan, and then 9, which is Jason Goes to Hell, and then 10, which is Jason X, which I guess makes sense, and then I guess you can cap it out with Freddy vs. Jason.
So they get fun with it a little bit.
They do. They go a little fun.
Just as a clarification, according to Showbiz cheat sheet, it was in fact a cup of coffee, so I was wrong for Brad Pitt. On another note, I cannot tell Brad Pitt from Tom Cruise.
One's tall, one's short. One was an Outsiders, the other was not.
I'm not joking. I actually have trouble. Like, I get them mixed up all the time, and I don't know why. They are just like the same person to me.
Fair enough. That's a very weird person to.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. They're like, "What?
They're very different.
They're nothing alike," and I'm like, "No, they're the same goddamn person."
Tom Cruise is fucking insane. First of all, Brad Pitt not insane.
Well, anyway, there we go. I'm ready to move on.
All right, let's move on to the next one, which was my topic.
Mm-hmm. It has to be, because I've never fucking heard of this in my life.
This is a brand new movie, all right? Yeah, so this is Blood Red Sky. It was a Netflix film. It came out a couple weeks ago. I watched it a couple days ago. It's a German film, so it is dubbed in English for Netflix, which is, yeah, let me tell you, it's fine. Like, there's one, like, famous, like, English actor, Dominic Purcell or whatever, or Puciello or whatever his name is. He was the guy that played Dracula in Blade 3. He was in, like, Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, but that was the bad Blade movie.
Yeah, it was. And he was also in Prison Break and shit. He's been in a couple things. I mean, so, like, I know who he is. It's funny that he's in this movie because he was in Blade and Vampires, blah, blah, blah. He literally played Dracula. But anyways, this is a movie about a mother who is also a vampire, as you can tell in the picture that kind of gives it away right away. And her son, who are...
I thought it was about zombies.
That's about vampires, bro.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
So I'm just gonna brief you. The cover does look terrible. This movie, I'll get to it, but it was all right. Now, so because they did have to do a voiceover dub for everyone except for the one person, it's a little weird. But it's fine for the most part, except for the kid. The kid's voiceover is the worst in the entire movie. Like, I don't know who did the dub for him, but Jesus,
it was me. I did it.
It's sorry. Well, you need to be fired.
I was.
Anyways, yeah. So it's about a story about a mom who is a vampire, and she also has cancer too at the same time, which I didn't know vampires could get cancer, but apparently they can. She's actually traveling to New York.
How did she have a kid? Did she become a vampire afterward?
Yeah, so that's
vampires are
explained.
almost always sterile.
Yeah, so that was she, that was explained a little bit later. Well, yeah, they get on the plane and the plane actually gets hijacked by terrorists. So she takes it upon herself to get shot and then go eat some dogs down in the bottom of the plane, and then become the vampire that she truly is to stop these terrorists.
Why not just eat a
yes,
terrorist?
she does,
Oh.
which she quickly realizes, shit, I don't want to create more vampires because that's bad. So she
just slit their
immediately,
throat.
that's what she does. So the first guy that dies is Dracula from Blade 3, which is hilarious to me because he is the only person that speaks English in this entire fucking movie.
Literally Dracula.
Yeah, and he was literally Dracula. And before he gets to be turned into a vampire, she fucking destroys his ass. Like fucking slits his throat.
She reaches all the way up in there like a sock puppet and just
I wish, but it was not that graphic. This movie's pretty gory. I mean, it's rated R. I mean, the stuff that wasn't is pretty, like this. I think if it wasn't dubbed and like these were English speaking people, it would have kept me into the movie because I mean, that was like the worst part of it was that.
Why don't you
and, like,
just change your options to like subtitled?
Sack.
Really? In this scenario?
Sack.
Okay.
You know I can't do that. But anyway, so yeah, she's so her main thing is like she is a vampire, but she doesn't like obviously eat people because she doesn't want to create more vampires.
Yeah, she's a vegetarian. She's a Cullen.
Yeah, or like those the cartoon vampires that drink ketchup instead of blood. I can't remember the name of the show, but that was a real show. You can look.
Marceline from Adventure Time.
That too. So the night she gets turned into a vampire, her husband and her son, who is a newborn baby at the time, they get trapped on the side of the road because their car breaks down. The husband goes off to go obviously find help. He happens upon a house that is home to a man and his son. His son is a vampire. And he gets obliterated by him. And then she comes looking for her, and she ends up getting bit by this guy, this vampire, and then killing him. She goes back for answers, and the gentleman who's the father is basically like, hey, we don't need any more of your kind. Like, I'm upset that you killed my son, but also grateful. So thank you for doing that because he was a monster. So like her whole philosophy is like, I don't want to create more vampires just because it's a curse. You know, she doesn't want to do it. But she, and Laughing at the vampire lady, whose name I don't remember, was one of the main characters to not drink prostitute, but she might contract an STD. Yeah. I think she had cancer.
It depends on the setting.
Yeah.
It depends on how hard you want to lean into vampires being undead. Most of the time they're like disease immune, but might spread human diseases to humans.
Yeah.
Like, they themselves can't get the disease, but they might be able to give diseases to other people. There's probably exceptions. Vampires can probably get crabs, for example. And cancer, I think, is a little bit of Cancer's a weird one, because vampires usually have higher speed regeneration.
Yeah.
And that's part of what cancer is like the refusal for cells to die, so... I mean, if a vampire was to have some sort of debilitating illness, cancer would be the one that would make the most sense, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's not specifically stated, but it's implied that she had cancer before she became a vampire, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stated, but it's kind of implied, which I thought was weird, because it'd be like, can you just say yes or no? Like, what's going on?
Well, it makes sense if, like, it just, like, freezes the cancer forever.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically the entirety of the movie is obviously in the plane, and she does end up turning one guy into a vampire by Actually, no, she does. He takes her blood and then injects himself with the blood to become a fucking vampire.
Smart
and then
man.
and then she tries to kill him, ends up not killing him, and then it's a fucking bloodbath from there on out. Like he fucking this one guy gets like crushed by a fucking like dinner cart or whatever. Is like the doctor can't help him, so he's like, okay, so he takes it upon himself to go let this guy out. He's like, turn me into a vampire, and then he just fucking obliterates him and doesn't even do that, and then it's just people getting bit left and right. Like the entirety of the plane just turns into like a fucking vampire fuckfest. That's it by the end of the movie.
Vampire Fuckfest is in fact the fourth Lust game.
Well, there we go. See, full circle.
Lust from Vampire Fuckfest.
I'm not gonna like go into it too deep, but it's an all right movie. Like if you can get past the terrible dub, like
just put it on sub. Just put it on sub.
I mean, that would probably be the way. I did not choose that path because I'm stubborn and I will not do it. But yeah, it was all right. I like the aesthetic of the vampires, how they looked like. Like she happened to already be bald because she was going through chemotherapy, so I mean, it made sense that she was a bald-looking vampire.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, the kid lives, and that's about it. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's free.
Okay.
It's only like 2 hours. Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. This one is John's. Take it, John. Go.
Is it?
No. Bill and Ted Face the Music is the sequel to Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, but this movie came out like 20 years later.
It came out last year.
Yeah. So, here's the idea. At the end, this movie semi-retcons the end of Bogus Journey. But yeah, basically, at the end of Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted are on a journey to basically they're supposed to write the song that will unite the entire world, right? But the problem is it's like 20 years later and they haven't done it yet. And they've gotten into all of these like extreme like forms of music as they're like trying to fit together pieces that don't work, but they can't like figure out how to write the song that they're supposed to write. And all of time is collapsing. And so what they end up doing is the future sends a robot back in the past to kill them. Because they're like, if we kill Bill and Ted, time won't collapse anymore. Because there's a sort of different interpretation to Bill and Ted uniting all of time. Bill and Ted are like 20 years older. They have daughters now, who are also named Bill and Ted.
Of course.
And they are given a time machine from what's his name? Rufus. Rufus, thank you. Rufus's daughter.
I've never seen any of these movies, by the way, but I somehow know
Rufus's daughter. Yeah, gives them a time machine. The actor who played Rufus is dead. That is why it is the daughter. Who, just as a shout out, Bill and Ted.
Isn't it Kristen Shayshall or something like that? Or
it is. No, he's actually pretty famous.
Oh, you're talking about who played Rufus? That's George Carlin.
Yeah, there you go, George Carlin. Yeah. So George Carlin's dead. So they had like some like shots of him, like recorded footage, but it's like as a hologram. So Rufus's actor George Carlin is dead. So anyway, the daughter of Rufus comes back, gives them a time machine, and they're like, go figure out how to write the best song. Here's a time machine. There's an android coming to kill you. And so what they do is they're like, okay, I have an idea. Let's... and they find out that they have to perform the song, I think, like, later that day or something. And, of course, time is constantly moving forward even when they're in the time machine. It makes sense if you watch all the movies, right? So they're like, well, let's go to the future where we already wrote the song. And then they find a version of themselves, but the version of themselves didn't write the song, so they don't have the copy of it. So then they like kept encountering versions of themselves throughout the entire series, and their like future versions are just like absolute fucking losers. And they keep getting worse and worse, and then they end up like getting themselves arrested, like their future selves. They end up getting them arrested, and they end up finding different they end up going to the further part of the timeline where they encounter the future versions of themselves, but now they're in prison, and they've like gotten jacked up so that they can kill their past selves.
Okay.
Like, they're, like, huge and muscular, and they're like, we're gonna kill our past selves now that you got here in this prison with us. And then the android from the future ends up, like, killing their daughters, and the daughters also get another time machine, and they end up trying to assemble the best band in history. They assemble a pretty damn good band, for the record. Like, Jimi Hendrix is in it.
Okay.
But then they all die because the robot kills them all. And so Bill and Ted have to go back to hell to save their daughters and the band their daughters assembled. And while they're there, they meet Death, and they manage to reconcile the relationship with Death and get Death back in the band. And then at the end of the movie, they play a song that unites all of time together by using the power of the time machine to create infinite versions of themselves, to get everyone across all of time to simultaneously play music at the same time with an infinite number of Bill and Teds.
Fucking ridiculous, and I love it.
It's pretty cool. It's definitely the worst one.
Yeah.
They kind of get worse every time. It's a decent... Oh, there's also this, like, subplot about them having a declining relationship with their wives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who were, of course, the princesses, like Henry VIII's, like, daughters from, like, the first movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. It makes sense if you see them all. It's a decent movie. It's definitely my least favorite, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Oh, Kid Cudi's Kid Cudi? Kid Cudi?
Kid Cudi?
Kid Cudi? Kid Cudi is in this.
Okay.
And he sort of takes the place of Station, the alien scientist from the second movie. And he sort of reveals himself as a sort of student of Station, because he is apparently a time travel expert who knows all about the intricacies of time travel and time machines.
Neat.
Mm-hmm. Also, fun fact about Kid Cudi, he is, I think, the only artist that Anthony Fantano has given a 1 and a 10 to.
Interesting.
So
that's a huge sliding scale.
And it's like Fantano, I think, is only given like 5 or 6 10s. So it's a pretty good claim. Anyway, yeah, that was it. Decent movie. I'm ready to move on.
Fair enough. The next topic, which is mine, is The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad,
which was directed by James Gunn, as everyone knows, Guardians of the Galaxy, Slither, Super, all those movies. Was it good? It was, again, okay. It was a lot better than the original Suicide Squad, which...
Oh, man, but the original Suicide Squad is such a high bar.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's definitely the best DC movie that's come out. A lot. I mean, people like Wonder Woman. I've seen Wonder Woman multiple times since it's come out.
I mean, my favorite's like Man of Steel, so I would say that's pretty decent praise.
Man of Steel is probably my second favorite after this. This movie was it was a fun movie. Like, it wasn't like, the Schneider like sad, like this was like this was a fun and like funny movie. Sylvester Stallone versus King Shark, which is like the best thing ever.
Oh, does he?
He plays just a dumb idiot the entire movie, and it's some of the best shit I've seen in a while. But this movie's really good. It redeems Harley Quinn and Rick Flag like very well. It introduces the couple good characters.
Redeems them as
it does.
Like redeems them in that they become good people and like you can forgive their past actions, or redeems them as in they sucked as characters in the previous movies.
Both actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Rick Flag
needed to be clarified.
Yeah. Rick Flag's like a good guy, so I mean, but Harley Quinn, you know her shit, whatever. But like Rick Flag was written like ass in the first movie, and so was Harley. So in this movie, they actually have some stuff.
Wasn't written that great in the second movie either. To be honest with you.
What Birds of Prey?
Yeah,
I never saw that.
It's all right.
I skipped right over that.
It's all right. I reviewed it on the podcast already.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. I doesn't even register.
I did it.
I don't remember that. But yeah, I actually enjoyed John Cena. I didn't think I'd like him at all.
I love John Cena.
This is like one of the first movies I've seen him in since The Marine, which was like his first movie that he like did. But yeah, it was a good movie. If you got HBO Max, it's free right now, so go watch it. I saw it in theaters
with recaps.
Because I'm vaccinated and I go to theaters because that's what I want to do. Because I want my movies to fucking come out this year. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. Good movie. A big star man as the big bad. Funny as hell too. Like it's pretty funny. I liked it. I gave it a solid like 6.5 out of 10. So
6.5 out of 10. All right. I am going to real quick just shut up me say that cold topic number 8 had Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
I don't remember that.
Well, that was also the one with the Zack Snyder's Justice League, I believe.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, let's see. Moving on is Jumanji, specifically 1995. John, have you seen this film ever?
I have. I also worked in the town where it was filmed.
Oh,
Hard flex. Yeah.
Fun. Okay. Yeah. So I am just going through the Jumanji movies. We're gonna watch Jumanji, Zathura, Jumanji.
There's 3 Jumanjis there.
Yep. Yeah, they never redid Zathura for whatever reason.
That movie is pretty good.
I'll tell you next time. But anyway, yeah, starring Robin Williams and 3 other people who I assumed existed.
One of them's Kirsten Dunst.
Starring Robin Williams and 3 other people who I assume existed. About a young boy who gets sucked into a board game placed there by 2 British boys in the 1800s. I mean, it's New England, but whatever. Yeah, everyone knows America was just England in the 1800s. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Okay. Anyway.
That sure was a statement.
So anyway, yeah, so he gets sucked into a board game that also shits out jungle monsters. And they have to finish the board game or everyone's gonna die. And there's like mosquitoes that are killing people in town, so they have to finish the board game. Also, it blows up their house. And they found the board game that he got sucked into in the same house that he lived in as a child. And throughout the whole course of the movie, you find out that his parents really did love him, and he manages to reconcile his sort of turbulent relationship with his family, and sort of develop a sort of romance with, I guess, Kirsten Dunst's character. It's an okay movie, honestly.
Yeah. That's what I'd say, yeah.
Honestly, I got a little bored sometimes.
It's a very, like, when stuff's not happening, it's like, what doesn't...
Stuff's very not happening. Yeah, I appreciate the, like, emotional core and the heart behind it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, that's kind of nice, but it's I don't know. Some of the like action set pieces are like interesting, like the stampede and the flood and stuff like that. And then some of them are a little phoned in, like we've got spiders, and I'm like, we've got spiders.
Yo, spiders. No.
I don't know.
Oh,
At one point, he's getting like hunted by this hunter throughout the course of the movie, who's like the main antagonist. That guy's pretty cool.
Who's also his dad.
Huh?
It's also his dad.
Oh, same actor?
Same actor, yeah.
Oh, I did not notice.
It's like a metaphor type thing.
Oh, it's a metaphor. Okay, yeah. I'm just I didn't notice because of the big mustache and the hair.
All right.
And the hat. But yeah, that makes sense that it's his dad. All right.
It's his dad, yeah.
Shout out to Jumanji then, having metaphors and shit in them. Yeah, so some of it was like more interesting than others. Then the little boy turning into a monkey. Oh, terrible CGI in this movie, by the way, but it came out in '95.
No excuse.
Yeah. Coming out in '95, not an excuse for having some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. Yeah, little boy like turns into a monkey. I don't know. There's things to like about it. There's things to dislike. It's boring in some parts, interesting in others. It's a very decent movie. It's like a 6. It's like a 6 out of 10. Like, I enjoyed it more than not, but I also didn't really enjoy it, you know?
Fun fact, this movie does have a kick-ass animated show that's way better than the actual movie.
I didn't know that.
It's really good, yeah.
My gym partner's a monkey?
I mean, that's a good show too, but no, it's actually, they actually go into the game instead of the game coming out in the world. So it's like, it's basically the plot of the newer movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah, I got those on my list, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the last thing I added to my Netflix list is all of the Quentin Tarantino films.
Ooh.
Mm.
Those are good, yeah. I like Django. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen Django. I've seen Kill Bill 1 and 2, and I've seen Inglourious Bastards, I think. And I don't think I've seen any of the others.
I've seen Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Django, Hateful Eight.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. That's Still Dawn? Was that with him?
No.
Oh, then. Oh, that's Robert Rodriguez, yeah. I think that's it then.
Yeah, I thought Inglourious Bastards was pretty boring, and I thought Kill Bill Volume 2 was pretty boring.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't a fan of Kill Bill. I did like...
Kill Bill Volume 1 is fucking treasure, but...
Pulp Fiction, Django, and Hateful Eight were very good movies.
It's so weird. Like, Volume 1 of Kill Bill is really good, but, like, Volume 2 isn't.
Yeah,
Volume 2 is very boring. I don't understand... They're like two different movies. Like the first one is like a send up to like kung fu action movies, and then like the second one is like a mixture between kung fu action movies and really boring, slow drawn out Western movies. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, Kill Bill?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Jumanji. I'll probably tell you about the other Jumanjis later.
I can't wait to hear those.
Yeah.
From what I hear, they're pretty bad.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Good. Quentin Tarantino, I'm going to put my feet in it. Yep. That's pretty accurate.
I've seen Jumanji and I've seen Zathura, but I rewatched Jumanji, so I'm going to rewatch Zathura, but I haven't seen any of the new ones.
I like Zathura. Zathura is pretty chill, but the newer ones I was not a fan of.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. I was not aware. I've not actually heard anything about them other than they exist. I know Jack Black's in it.
Jack Black, The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan are like the.
I don't know who Karen Gillan is. What is she?
She was in Nebula and Doctor Who. No, she was Nebula. I mean, and she was in Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, so nothing I've seen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not true. I've watched like 3 episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Hartnell.
Fair enough.
All right, moving on.
Moving on to a very emotional topic.
Yes. The death of Francisco Bourgeois.
That too. Digimon event.
Know who that is, if that's a real person.
I don't know either. Yeah, Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. I watched this movie with my kid Like I bought it right here on Blu-ray. I'm just gonna say this movie fucking destroyed me, and I hate it. Because I was not expecting to feel any feelings from watching this movie, but I did. So this is the last part of the Digimon Adventure series. It starts. The whole premise is that they're losing their Digimon because they're growing up. Like that's the whole premise of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is the worst part of the movie too. Not because it's bad, but because it's the part that destroyed me. Uh but this movie is actually it's way better than the Try movies. I like the Try movies, but because they were split into 6 movies, and even though they were going to do like a series and just do like 50 something episodes or whatever, they ended up just doing the movies instead. So it kind of like lost itself. But this is like a self-contained thing. It's mainly about Matt and Ty and like them growing up, because they're in college and stuff like that, and they're still hanging out with their Digimon partners, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck they want to do with their life. Meanwhile, Izzy apparently runs his own company and shit. And then yeah, they run into another Digi. Who the fuck is that?
Keep going. We'll talk about him later.
Like, God damn it, Zach. Anyways, yeah. So a new Digimon threat appears. This Digimon is targeting specifically Digidestin, and making, basically putting them in comas. And I can't fucking with this guy right now. So does it imply that Digimon was on their head? No. It does not, because
The real Digimon was the friends we made along the way.
I mean, but you're not wrong. Like, basically. So yeah, so they have to basically find, as soon as they meet this this new Digimon that's the threat, when they come back to the real world, there's a timer on their Digivices, basically saying they have X amount of time with their partner before their partner just disappears. Like, not goes back to the digital world. Like, it fucking disappears. Like, Agumon and Gabumon fucking obliterated. Like, they're gone. Like, they just get turned into data and back into the cipher. Like, so that's basically the plot of the movie. Like, it's like a race against time to save the other Digidestin that are getting kidnapped and stuff like that. I don't really want to talk about spoilers, but I guess I will. But I'll put a little spoiler warning here.
Spoiler warning. Here's the deal. We all know it. I'm gonna give you the horns. I give you the horns when spoilers are over. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Spoil everything.
Okay. The person that's helping them is the person that is controlling the Digimon. That's putting all these Digidestin in the comas. The entire reason why she's doing this is because she lost her Digimon when she decided to grow up too fast. Then she tried to recreate the Digimon because she became a Digimon expert, for the sole reason to bring her Digimon back, but she couldn't. So her main thinking is, well, if I can't bring her back, I don't want this to happen to anyone else, any other Digidestin. I don't want them to lose their partners. So basically what she's doing, she's kidnapping these people, well, she's kidnapping their minds and putting them into comas, and putting them into the digital world and her little subsection space, so they can stay children forever and be with their Digimon. And it ends up with Matt and Gabumon going there to confront her about it, and then them just like fighting their friends as kids with their Digimon and stuff, which is like the creepiest fucking thing, because they're just children. Like, they're adults, and then boom, they're just children. Like, Izzy's a child again. Kyrie and TK are both children again. Mimi's also a kid again, and it's like, it's cool to like see them like how they look in the show, but it's also like, because they're like, hey, like, you need to stay with us and be children forever so we can be with our best friends forever so we don't lose them. It's the creepiest fucking thing. This movie sounds kind of not so great, but apparently has an 8 on Mal. Hey, it was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm actually with Mate on this. This sounds fucking terrible.
I'm terrible at explaining stuff.
This sounds emotionally manipulative at best, and like the most cliche I've seen it 1,000 times bullshit at worst.
Oh, it's definitely emotionally manipulated. I'm getting to that part. Don't worry. No, remember, the entire time I'm watching this movie, I'm also watching it with my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
which probably impacted your viewing experience.
It did. So, her and we've watched Digimon together since she was like a little kid. Mm-hmm. So she's almost 10 now. So she experienced all of Digimon Adventure. I didn't show her the try moves because they're a little more adult. But she knows like the deal with it. So I was like, we'll watch this movie together. Whatever. It's 10 o'clock at night. Let's watch this movie. So yeah, it ends up them getting a brand new evolution. When you said loses something with age, I thought Kiki's Delivery Service, except that movie is good. I've seen Kiki, but I don't remember Kiki. I remember watching that with my mom when I was like stupid young.
Kiki is good. Kiki is one of the only Ghibli films I will give a thumbs up to.
Neat. So yeah, basically they beat the bad guy. Yeah, I know, right? They beat the bad guy. It's about depression. Is it really? Holy shit. My mom let me watch that shit when I was like 6. No wonder I'm all fucked. So yeah, they obviously they beat the bad guy. Everyone gets freed and release. So here's the spoilery parts. During which time they invited Sora to come and fight with them. But Sora's Digivice also has the same clock on it. So she says no, she'd rather spend time with her Digimon partner, Biyomon. There's a scene during the fight, the ending fight, where they flash back to Sora, and you just see her in the room by herself, like right after you see her with Biyomon, and it's like fucking sad as shit because you know that she loses her Digimon like right then and that. Like it flashes to her, and she's like right next to her, and then like it flashes back to the fight, and then it flashes back to her, and she's just fucking gone. Disney softened the dub version. It's more overt in the sub. Oh. Anyways, yeah, so the battle gets battle's over, blah blah blah. So Matt and Gabumon and Tai and Agumon are all they're separated, but they're all hanging out with each other, and they're just having like this nice little conversation. And out of nowhere they're just gone. Like they're just like both of them are talking to their Digimon, and they just cuts and they're gone. Just gone. And then it's basically the end of the movie like 3 minutes later. It was the saddest shit. And like I broke down.
You're breaking down a little bit right now, yeah.
I am. It's emotional. In front of my 10-year-old kid who turns to me and says, "Dad, are you okay?" And I'm like, it's just a TV show. But it's really funny because like she's never seen me like get upset at a movie or anything. And like I'm a 31-year-old man watching a show about digital monsters and getting genuinely upset about it. It was the greatest thing ever.
That's the power of nostalgia right there.
It fucking hit me like a brick.
Yeah.
Cause at the end of Try, like they're not gone. Like they're like, oh yeah, whatever, you know. They don't ever, but they just fucking disappear, just like that. And they're like, okay, time to grow up. I hated it. I love the movie though. I gave it like an 8 out of 10. If you love Digimon, but you really just want to go like have an emotional cry, watch this movie.
Or if you hate Digimon and you just want to see those fuckers die.
That too. Then this movie is also for you. But this movie fucking baroque me. Like there's been 4 instances where a movie has made me like weep. This one is one of them. One is Spider-Man dying, and what was the other one? Oh, when Goku leaves at the end of GT for some reason. I don't know why. but it got me upset.
The
When Adam Sandler dies in Click. That was the other time.
Only 2 times. I've only cried while watching something twice, which was the ending of Angel Beats and the winter concert in Love Live School Idol Project Season 2.
Yeah, this fucked me up. I was emotionally distraught for days after this. Like I was like I was in the shower the next day, like thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, man. Like this movie fucked me up.
Yeah.
And I paid $7 to buy this Blu-ray, and I'm pissed. Yeah, because that's just how they ended it. And then, but then they just did the reboot. Anyway.
I'm sorry, did I just hear you're pissed about paying $7 to buy an anime Blu-ray? Fuck you. Do you know how much fucking Kill la Kill costs?
A lot.
A lot. Don't you dare complain about spending I spent $7. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm mad about that comment. $7. Oh, not $7 for an anime Blu-ray.
Mac, it's funny that you mentioned that because my friend who is also 30, he's a year younger than I am, texted me during the podcast actually saying, "Yo, I just watched Coco for the first time and I bawled like a fucking baby." He like literally just texted me that like no more than an hour ago. But yeah, it was a good Digimon movie, even though like the reboot's out and apparently the reboot's fucking crazy. So I'm gonna watch that when it comes out dubbed. But yeah, this movie fucked me up and I hate it.
Yeah, you were watching like all the Digimon anime, right? Did you ever make progress with that?
I watched all of Adventure. So what I did was I watched Adventure, and then when Adventure was over, I watched this immediately, which I think was the reason why it fucked me up even more. I'm like, yeah, like I was gonna watch Try, but I ended up getting this. I found it for $7 on Amazon or whatever. So I just bought this and I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch this right away instead of watching Try. So I just watched Try like last year anyway, so I'm like, whatever. So yeah, and eventually I'm gonna I forgot to mention that the series 2 kids are also in this too, and they actually have like a part instead of in Try where they're just kind of like locked away for the entire thing. They're literally kidnapped the entire movie. And Try like all 6 movies, they're just like, yeah, the Davis and all of them are here, but we don't know where they are, dude. But in this movie, they actually do stuff, and they're actually like cool characters again, which is cool. And then I'm gonna watch all the series up to. I finally found Cross Wars, which is only in Japanese. So I 2 of the seasons I have to watch in straight Japanese. Yeah.
So are you good to did you want to talk about the season you actually watched, or do you want to do it all in like one dump later on?
I'm just gonna do that all in one dump. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this movie because I can't pay my therapist right now, and this is the best place to do it.
You know what? Fair enough. I got you. You know what? Who hasn't cried at media before?
That's true.
Some people, and those people are heartless, and I feel bad for them.
Okay, so most of these Mal reviews seem pretty.
Oh, I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee if I were to watch this, I would fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, probably. If you do not love these characters already, this movie is not for you.
Like even the plot about like, oh, they have these timers and that they'll fucking vanish forever when the timer runs out. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself like, oh, that sounds very convenient and incredibly contrived.
Well, that's been brought up in I think it was actually season 2, when they go across the worlds. They have like a Digimon World Tour type thing. One of the Digidestins mentioned that like they lost their Digimon because they started to grow up and stuff like that. So I mean, it's kind of a concept that they briefly touched upon, and then they brought it back for like the actual movie, which is it's
so
surprising.
They expanded on it. All right.
Yeah. So like it was kind of like already in the lore about it, and they just kind of like talked about it, but they were still kids at then, so like it didn't really matter.
So it's in okay, all right, that's forgivable. All right.
So that's why like I thought like I was like, okay, that makes sense because I remember that episode very vividly because I'm like, that's fucking scary. I like what would happen if that actually happened to like these kids, and I've seen it and I don't like it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What I will say is that you know where this doesn't happen to is fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, but know who has the better anime? Digimon.
No one's arguing that. I'm just saying you get to keep your Pokemon forever.
That is true, yeah.
Unless it dies of death causes, actually.
Getting chewed up by a Bulbasaur.
Which has happened. I think it's in the original Pokemon manga.
The
Red.
Cubone?
Huh?
Yeah, with the Cubone thing, or?
No, I'm talking about when like Red's like Scyther like slices an Arbok in half.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I almost bought the Pokemon manga the other day. I got the Legend of Zelda one instead, just because it was all one thing, and like the Pokemon manga was like I think 10, 12 chapters or 10 volumes or whatever. So I just bought the one because I'm cheap or whatever. But yeah, I'll eventually probably. I'm reading manga now, so that's my thing now. I'm doing that.
Also, I want to say his name was M or something. M had a Floette that died.
Yikes.
From X and Y. And because his Floette died, he created a fucking super weapon that siphons either like that what it does is it goes off like a fucking nuke and it like absorbs all of the life energy of like the surrounding area like and just kills everything to resurrect the Floette. And the Floette came back. I don't think his name was M. Or was it M? I don't remember what his name is. He was like some king or something. No, I mean gone, dead, 100%, corpse. And it just it is a fucking weapon, and it just murders like everything in the fucking country. And it brings back the Floette, and the Floette like looks at him and is like, "Oh my god, you're a fucking monster," and it just leaves.
I think that's why this hit harder. Like they don't die; they just fucking get erased.
Yeah,
like it's not like there's like they can hold a funeral. Like they just fucking vanish, dude.
You can hold a funeral.
I mean, I guess you could, but like
you could hold a funeral.
It's like I think if they would have just died in battle, like it would have been like less of a hit. But it's a fact that they're having a fucking conversation and then just they get snapped out of existence.
I believe the Floette died as a result of the Pokemon War.
Oh,
but
okay.
Do not quote me on that.
But yeah, if you're a fan of Digimon, watch this. If not, it might not be a movie for you. But yeah, you can't rent it anywhere. You have to buy it on Blu-ray. That's why I have the Blu-ray. That's the only reason why I have it, and because I kind of like the cover art too.
You know what stays with you even when it fades away for some. Fair enough, I guess.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
A Pokemon War, not the Great Pokemon War, just a Pokemon War.
Yeah.
That happened in. Anyway. Yeah, we good to move on?
Yeah, we're good to move on.
All right, so next topic is. Whoops.
Yeah, are you gonna explain the dude that you were flipping upside down while I was trying to talk about this emotional movie?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Francis Borgia, the 4th Duke of Gandia? Venerated as Saint Francis Borgia, and was the great grandson of Pope Alexander VI, a grandee of Spain, a Spanish Jesuit, and a 3rd superior general of the Society of Jesus. He was canonized on June 20th, 1670 by Pope Clement X.
What does canonized mean?
That is when you're dead. This is after you're dead, and everyone's like, okay, you're gonna be a pope. You're gonna be a saint, and then everyone like votes, and then they agree you're gonna be a saint. And when you're canonized, that is like I believe the moment where you go from like possible saint to okay, that dude just became a saint. There's a whole process to becoming a saint, and I believe canonized is the declaration of a deceased person as an officially recognized saint. So, yeah. So that is the moment where it's like, that dude just became a saint. Anyway, the point is, this is Francis Borgia. I mentioned Francisco Bordieu or whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. And this is what I got. And I just want to talk about this fucking picture. Because... All right, first off, when I first saw it, all I saw was his face. So let's get real in here on Francis Borgia the Fourth's face. All right?
We're really striving for content this month, so we
No.
apologize.
Let's look at this man's face. First off, he just looks so cripplingly depressed.
I mean, you ain't wrong, man.
This is the face of crippling depression. The easiest process when Christians conquer the land and people don't want to give up their gods. That was the first thing I noticed, because all I saw was his face, and I'm like, man, look at this crippling, depressed dude. But then I started to, like, appreciate this picture more and more, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Never mind. We're talking about this picture now. Never mind. This picture has become a topic of conversation I have added in.
This picture's going to be in the background of Sack's room for in a week or so.
I mean, I just kind of like it. Like, I like the way it uses, like, the shades of black, but it also kind of fades into the side, and, like, we have... Is that red cardinal robes under him? But also, he's, like, looking down at a skull wearing a crown. I don't know what crown that is. That might be the Spanish crown. I think that's the Spanish crown. I'm no crown expert, but I'm pretty sure that's the Spanish crown. And he's also got his halo. And then you've got a sort of, like, cloud layer in the back, but you just see, is that the sun or, like, the moon or something? This, like, reddish orange-hued light source coming in from the back. First off, this is beautiful on a technical level, but there's so much interestingly stuff going on with this. Like, what's the skull? Is that a Spanish crown? What's going on? Is that the sun or the moon in the background? I don't know. This is just a cool picture. The reason I brought this up is look how cool this picture is.
It is a pretty cool picture.
This is a pretty cool picture, right? That was the whole thing. Look how cool this fucking picture is.
Now, when you said canonized earlier, my initial thought...
Fired from a cannon, strapped to a cannon, and then fired, one of those two?
Yeah, like he just got shot out of a cannon for something he did.
No.
That sounds like a very medieval type of thing, you know?
Maybe. I don't know how he died.
No.
Let's see. Died in September 30th, 1572. Wow, it took 100 years before he became a saint. They really dragged their ass. Let's see.
Better late than never.
Yeah. Doesn't say how he died.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Who knows? It just said he died. He died.
He just fucking died.
He died.
He was eating a pretzel and choked on it.
I can't disprove that he didn't. What the fuck is this picture? We've just found the most interesting man in the world.
Wow.
Hold up. This is on the same Wikipedia article. Hold up. Alright. The same Wikipedia article.
Really grasping at straws today.
No, what the fuck is this picture? It looks like he's just beating a man with a cross.
Is that okay? Is that blood coming from the cross?
It's blood. Yeah, there's like a demon over his shoulder.
Okay.
Now we know why he became a saint. He apparently beat a demon to death with a cross.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You know what? Damn right he's a saint.
The dude saved that naked man. He's a saint.
Yeah, the Wikipedia article mentioned something about the impenitent dying man. So I guess he beat Satan with a cross? I don't know. Apparently Francis Borgia was like the coolest dude ever. Anyway, that was it. I just wanted to appreciate some good works of art.
All right. Let's move on to the last but certainly not least topic of the night.
That's right. Now, John, while we're talking about appreciating great works of art, we've now seen two different pictures about Francis Borgia. Very, very well done, very skilled. Kind of reminds you of other great works of art, such as the creation of Adam, the Mona Lisa, Starry Night, the treachery of images. But you know what all of those works of art have in common, John?
They're good?
They are all complete pieces of garbage. They are trash. They are not worth talking about. For you see, it was Oscar Wilde who once argued that criticism is the highest form of art. If I may, John, read to you a quote from Oscar Wilde from The Critic as Artiste. That is what the highest criticism really is, the record of one's own soul. It is more fascinating than history, as it is concerned simply with oneself. It is more delightful than philosophy, as its subject is concrete and not abstract, real and not vague. It is only civilized form of autobiography, as it deals not with events, but with the thoughts of one's life, not with life's physical accidents, of deeds or circumstance, but with the spiritual moods and imaginative passions of the mind. The best that one can say of most modern creative art is that it is just a little less vulgar than reality, and so the critic, with his fine sense of distinction and sure instinct of delicate refinement, will prefer to look into the silver mirror or through the woven veil, and will turn his eyes away from the chaos and clamor of actual existence. Through the mirror be tarnished and the veil be torn, his sole aim is to chronicle his own impressions. It is for him that pictures are painted, books written, and marble hewn into form. And if our criticism of art is the highest form of art, then on June 7th, 2017, I, Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope, have created the highest form of art, the pinnacle by which all other art shall bow before. I created Anime Dartboard, an anime book club in which we select a maximum 13 episode anime series that has been dubbed with which to reflect our soul unto. John, tell us how you failed to finish Save Me Lollipop.
How do you know I failed to finish it?
Because I watched it.
It was fucking so bad. Also, you created that on my birthday, so not only is Anime Dartboard a birthday present that I didn't even know about, it's also the gift that keeps on giving me shit. Shit and shit. So what I did for this one was I watched 3 episodes and then skipped to the last episode and then I watched that, just in case I needed to know what happened at the end. Because oh my god, John's a pussy.
Actually, I was going to bring up to you the 3 episode rule for anime, which is that you watch at least 3 episodes before you give up.
Yeah. Which I normally try to do. I try to watch at least 3 or 4 episodes. Because if you can't get me going by like the 4th episode, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking shit sucked, dude. It was awful. And I hated it. It reminded me of watching the other one that we didn't like. I can't remember the name of it. Magical Warfare.
Yeah,
It was literally like watching that again, but I finished that. And I know last episode I said I will never not watch the entirety of it again. But this one, oh my goodness, man.
John, I made it through the first episode and was like, John ain't gonna finish this.
I at least watched 4. I watched the first 3 and then the last episode.
You made it further than I would have given you credit for.
I fucking tried, dude. And not only did I tried again because I tried to do this thing where I watched it like right after the podcast so I can at least try to get it done. So I watched 2 episodes like I think 3 days after. I was like, wow, this is awful. Okay, I'll wait a couple weeks. And then I waited until last Friday before we were supposed to originally do the podcast. And then I watched the other episode and I was like, I don't think I can do this. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch the last episode.
It took me July 19th to July 28th, so it took me about 9 days to get through, which is a lot for me.
A little snow fairy sugar. What's that?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't believe I've seen it.
Sounds sexy.
it doesn't.
Yeah, not only the plot was just stupid, the voice acting was horrendous, and just everything was dumb about it. It was like they took every trope from every different show and just threw it into this fucking show.
Yeah, they definitely phoned it in. What I will say is that the voice actress who plays Nina is Brittany Karbowski. And the reason I bring her up is because I feel like I need to whenever I hear her, is that Brittany is there an R in her name or not? Karbowski? There is an R. Karbowski. Brittany Karbowski gave the absolute greatest vocal performance I have ever seen in any show in Certain Scientific Railgun S. And in this, it might have been phoning it in a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a paycheck. Yeah,
definitely. Like, she blew my fucking mind in that anime. In this one, I'm like, she's in it. She's getting paid for this one.
Looking up who it was because I'm like, I don't want to know who it is because if she's in anything that I like, I'm going to hate it. It was awful.
I mean, when she tries, she is legitimately the best actress I've ever heard. Like, for anime. She didn't try in this one. No one tried in this one, though, so I can't fault her for it. They often say that it's not really the voice actor's fault. It's the voice director's fault.
Mm.
The director clearly did not care. But I'm not super worried about this show is bad. There's no getting around that. This show was bad. I would argue that at times it was almost entertainingly bad. But at other times, it was just normal bad. There is... what I will say is it starts off, I would argue, like weird and cliche, and then towards the middle, it gets entertainingly bad, and then it gets worse at the ending. I think the ending is actually pretty weak. There is one episode that is actually good. I think it was like 6 or something. Which is around the, like the main, you watched the first 3 episodes, so San and Forte, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there is an episode dedicated to San and Forte's backstory where they met, and we get to find out about like how San is considered like a cursed child and like hated by hated by their like families and shit, right?
Oh, Naruto, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it's actually a good episode.
Okay.
This
which one? The midterm one?
Huh?
I have like the episode list pulled up on.
Oh, it's like 6 or something.
Yeah.
You have the episode list?
Yeah.
I don't know which. It's like 5 or 6 or something. There is a legitimately good episode, but there's only one legitimately good episode. And then it's kind of like cliche and like a little overly happy at the end. Like everything resolves well. It's not great by any metric. It was a little bit of a struggle to get through. I'm not gonna lie. Like one good episode doesn't save the whole show.
Who would have thought she became a sorcerer by the end of the show?
Oh man, I thought she would have become a sorcerer by like episode 2. I was actually surprised it took an entire show to get there.
Fair enough.
My surprise is how fucking long it took. The Ichi and Zero episode where we get to find out about their backstory was okay. I don't really hate any of the characters other than like the new ones that were introduced towards the ending. But I don't really think anyone like particularly stands out as like noteworthy or good.
I hated the fucking like the people they phase off in like the first episode or whatever.
Oh yeah, San and Forte.
Is that them?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, San and Forte.
Yeah, well, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, they have the best episode in the whole show. It's when you learn their backstories.
It was like a discount fucking Team Rocket to me.
That's how they start, but the show changes like antagonist. Like at first I'm like, oh, is it like I think it was like episode 3 where San and Forte show up again. I'm like, oh, is this gonna be the whole show? Is San and Forte?
Yeah.
But then like episode 4 is not about San and Forte, and then they introduce new sets of antagonists throughout the show. Yeah.
Didn't make it that far, so.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, are they like the Team Rocket of this? But no, they're not. And then they get like the best episode of the whole show where we get to find out about their whole backstory.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't dislike anyone. No one was particularly notable. There's one fun episode where the exam proctor makes them answer trivia questions at one point. That was pretty fun. I think it was Zero, though. I didn't fucking like Zero. Like, male tsunderes are just... Like, I barely tolerate most female tsunderes. There's only, like, a hand... Like, you could probably count the number of female tsunderes I like on, like, both hands, probably.
Also, why do they have cell phones? They're fucking sorcerers.
Why wouldn't they have cell phones?
I don't know. I hated it.
Okay. Why wouldn't they have cell phones, John?
I don't know, because, like, they're magic. Maybe they'd have, like, a magic thing.
Or they could use a cell phone. Asuka, Taiga, yep. Shauna is another one. What's her name? I want to say, like, Serena from Conception 2. I like there are tsunderes I like, obviously, but they're a lot rarer. But there's actually a great point in my favorite manga, which is of Nejima, which is about like cool things you can do with magic. Like one of the early beginning spells is you like hold out a wand and like a little flame comes out of it. And you're like, oh, that's super cool. And then Neji's like, yeah, but it's more practical to use a lighter. Like right. It's one of those things. It's like and I'm not sure if like I don't want to speak for Save Me Lollipop, but they do address it in Nejima, and I fucking love it. Which is like, yeah, they do have magical ways of doing that, but also they could just use a fucking cell phone, like in Harry Potter world. It's like, oh, I write a message on my owl and I tie it to his leg and I send it off, and it's like, yeah, or phone. Like,
I guess, yeah.
The honest answer is sometimes technology is just more efficient than magic. Especially in Save Me Lollipop, it seems like most mages, most sorcerers, have specific types of magic that they specialize in. Some specialize in transformation, some specialize in destruction, some specialize in defense. So if someone were to try and create an alternative for communicating, you'd probably need someone that specializes in communication magic. Or you would need someone who is just more efficient at magic. Like maybe some of the already trained sorcerers who are overseeing the exams might be able to like create long distance phone calls with their magic, but I mean, we're talking about literal students right here. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be willing to give like a cell phone. And also like in most settings, using magic sort of exerts effort, right? So yeah, would you rather like so for you, it would be like, okay, you can lift 100 pounds over your head for the duration of your phone call, John. Like for the duration of your contact, or would you just pull out a fucking cell phone? Like, would you put yourself through that? Just pick out a cell phone. It's easier.
I would just not have a phone at all.
If your option was cell phone or lift 100 pounds over your head, you just wouldn't?
I just wouldn't.
But do you not own a cell phone?
I mean, I do. I have to. But...
Checkmate.
It's my job.
Okay, well, checkmate then.
Okay, fair enough.
The Wizards are completely backward. These fuckers don't know anything non-magical. That's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
So anyway, yeah, the show is sometimes so bad it's entertaining. Sometimes it's kind of boring. There's a good episode. There are things to like. I find myself liking most of the main cast, except for Zero. I think Zero's a little bit of a fuck. He gets better as the show goes on, but he's still a fuck. So that's my review of Save Me Lollipop. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I didn't finish it, so I'll give it a 3.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, I finished Magical Warfare. And I think I gave that a 4.
I'd argue this is better than Magical Warfare. But, like, barely. It's not.
Now tell me, Harry, what
I
is
got
this one?
more out of this than magical warfare, is what I will say.
Fair, yeah. Okay, I'll bump it to a 4. I'll give it the same. I'll give it the same as Magic War.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I would totally understand anyone saying 4 for this. I'd see 4, Save Me Lollipop. I'd like, yeah, that's reasonable. That's a totally acceptable answer.
I think even skipping the majority of it and then watching the ending, like if she didn't become a sorcerer, I think I would like it a little bit more because I'm like, come on, like she had no business being there. Stupid.
I don't know how else I would have ended it. I think the fact that San and Forte got their happy ending. Look, like the Team Rocket that you referred to in like the first 3 episodes, San and Forte, they're the only characters I really cared about. I'm glad they got their happy ending. That's the only thing I fucking cared about.
Fair enough.
The one good episode of this show made me like them, and that was enough for me. I was like, they're my boos. San and Forte, they get the happy ending. That's all I give a shit about. Anything to add about this one?
Yeah, I'm never gonna watch it again.
Fair.
The good thing is I didn't have to pay to watch it.
Yes.
So it was on Funimation.
It was on Funimation. So technically you did pay to watch it, yeah.
Technically I did, but I use Funimation for other things, so I'll take that as my freebie.
All right. So, we ready to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. John?
Yes.
I hope this goes well. We might have some new tech. You ready?
We have new tech. Oh, this is the new tech you were talking about.
This is the new tech. Do you see it? Is it on screen?
I see it now. Oh, shit. Wheel of Names.
Shuffle. 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 Now everyone can watch live. We've got...
what is it this week?
Something about Little Sisters. Kono Naka ni Hitori Imoto ga Iru. No, wait a minute. This isn't... No. This can't possibly be.
Something that's going to be a pain in the ass to watch.
Is it? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, actually, I'm just kind of wanted to watch this.
Oh, is that the one that you just added?
No. Okay, this is Kono Naka ni Hitori Imoto ga Iru, or Naka Aimo, My Little Sister is Among Them. I'm sure this has been dubbed. Oh, yeah, Monica Rao. Yeah, this has been dubbed. Okay. As you can see on screen now, this has an average score of 6.56. 24 episodes. Its genres are comedy, ecchi, harem, mystery, romance, and school. This was done by Studio Gukumi, which I am not familiar with. So we will quickly stop by and check that out. Studio Gukumi did Suzere Children. That was pretty good. That Oda Nobunaga thing. This, Serene, Kirino Mosaic, the Wolf thing, Yukiona is a Hero, which is a ripoff of Madoka Magica, and also somehow worse, and I don't even like Madoka Magica. Never heard of this. A-Channel. Oh yeah, the Vampire. Yep, the one about sexy voice actresses. Okay, yeah, so they've done some shit. They've done some shit I've heard about. This isn't a completely unknown studio. They do a lot of cute girls anime, it seems like.
Okay, yeah, the exact opposite of the stuff that I like, yeah.
Awesome. And this is directed by Munenori Nawa, who directed DCSS Da Capo second season, Fortune Arterial Akai Yakuso, Locodoll, oh, he did Kirino Mosaic and he did Kiss Sis. That's an anime about a brother who wants to fuck his twin sisters.
You watch Wicked City?
Kokaku no Padora. Yeah, he has done nothing of note, actually, other than he did Kiss Sis, and that's about it. Okay, so I wanted. Let's see. Also, summer 2020. 2012, I mean. Shogo Mikudone's father has just passed away, and now he must become the head of the Mikudone group, his father's company. After completing the training to take over, there's just one other stipulation he must adhere to. He will need to find a girl he loves at his new school and marry her by the time he graduates high school. Shogo transfers to Miryuin Private Academy, and it seems like he has many girls to choose from, such as Konoe Tsuruma, the class representative, as well as his first new friend, Miyabi Kanagi, a standoffish but kind girl, Rinka Kunitachi, the student council vice president, Mei Sagara, who runs a cafe and dresses like a witch, and Mana Tendo, the student council president. However, there is a complication. One of them is his long-lost half-sister, and he has no idea which one. So how can he become romantically involved with any of them?
Jesus fucking Christ. Maid, what's Wicked City? That sounds, this isn't a hentai?
It isn't,
Okay.
but it might have mild nudity.
Define mild.
I can't. I don't know how else to tell you, John. I can't. It just says R+ mild nudity as its rating.
Fair enough. So that's what we got. Where can I watch this?
Let's see. Licensor is Sentai Filmworks.
Hentai Filmworks?
Hentai Filmworks.
Okay.
There you go. There's our poster. We'll get a better poster next stream, I promise you. But yeah, so obviously why I wanted to watch this should be obvious, John. I love romances.
You do, yeah, see.
I have watched over 200 romance anime.
I have watched...
Over 2!
Over... Have I?
I don't know. Momode Lollipop?
I wouldn't count that as a romance.
It has romance elements. It's a harem.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean... Yeah, no, I can't think of... I mean, I guess Naruto would be the closest, because I guess...
Naruto is not a romance.
Yeah, dude, he loves Sasuke.
There is some romance elements in Yu Yu Hakusho. Kenshin is a romance also. It also has romance elements.
Yu Yu? When?
When does Yu Yu have romance? The
Yeah.
entire fucking thing is about his relationship with his childhood friend. Have you fucking watched Yu Yu? Literally, at the end of it, she's like fucking like, I'm gonna abandon you forever, and he comes back, and they have a whole fucking romantic scene. Are you fucking kidding me, John?
Why do I remember that?
I don't know. It was like my favorite part of Yu Yu.
Huh.
It's like a big part of that show, yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, well, it's in there.
I'm one of my favorite lines in Dragon Ball Super is when he's talking about like kissing. He's like, I've never kissed Chi-Chi. Look, you had 2 kids, bro.
Yeah, Chi-Chi ain't into that shit.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
Look, Chi-Chi don't kiss, she fucks.
She fucks. I mean, that makes sense. So this is what's next on the docket. So
I'm unironically excited.
Unironically excited. I'm indifferent, but this one I'm gonna stick out because you seem excited about it.
Oh, don't be. Remember, this is my genre.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's a movie from 1980. I do like 80s movies, so I'm looking at the trailer right now. It's the 17-second trailer. Oh no, it's the scene.
Isn't it like super violent and nudie?
Oh yeah, this guy just got his face punched through.
Let's see.
And then Critical just happened to show up afterwards. So
there's some Yuri subtext.
So that's good. Yeah, this will be a fun watch. I'll also be watching this and Naruto at the same time. So I'm almost done with the pain fight right now. so I'm almost into the stuff that's.
Oh,
like,
I'm
not...
sorry.
Yeah.
It's really well animated, but it also looks like fucking Looney Tunes.
What?
The pain fight. It's better in the manga. Like,
Oh, like I know what. I was.
yeah,
watching
like what I will say about the pain fight is like people have said like, oh, the pain fight is terribly animated. It's not. It is very well animated in that a lot of skill went into it, and it's very fluid. The problem is that like it looks stupid. Like there's a difference between well animated and visually pleasing.
Yeah, there's like the part where they're like running, like when he's in like the tailed beast form or whatever, and like he's running through the woods, and it just looks all wonky on Pain's face.
Yeah, and then he like picks up a boulder and goes blank 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 on Pain. I am not a fan of how the anime chose to present it. It's definitely a presentation problem. And not an animation problem, because the animation is very well done. It looks like fucking Looney Tunes characters fighting each other, and I am not a fan of that. It's so good in the manga, though.
It kind of took me out for a second, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Where would I even try to watch that made? I'll watch it and give my review. That sounds interesting. I will not watch it. I'll watch it on a Sunday when my girlfriend's not home, so she's not like, what the fuck are you watching? That's kind of like one of those things like you're alone and you watch.
You watch in your own time.
Yeah. Like I can't watch that at work, yeah.
Well, and that note, I think that's actually everything. What did everyone think of my new spin tech? Neek.
I thought it was good.
Awesome. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it next time. So it's a technique that there's good and bads, I think, for depending on who hosts the podcast. On your hosts, for example, you have a lot smoother transitions and setup time.
It took a long time to set it all up.
It takes a long time for me to set shit up too.
Yeah. Well, now that I set it up, all I have to do is change the pictures.
Exactly.
It's like so
I have to like upload 1,000 images.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it, but like I set up like a separate scene just for it, so that way I'll have you just click a button or whatever.
I don't do a separate scene just for it because that sounds like a colossal pain in my ass.
It is.
I have images set up on. I have separate sources, and then I toggle the visibility, and then I have them unloaded when they're not on screen. That's how I do it.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's yeah.
This is the least interesting thing we could be talking about on this podcast.
Oh no, there's some movies that we can talk about. I could have talked about Jack and Jill.
We already did Adam Sandler week.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about Jack and Jill?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying there's at least.
Just putting it out there. We could talk about Jack and Jill. Yeah, I technically watched most of Rick and Morty, but I think the final episode comes out in like this week or something. So I guess we could talk about that next podcast if I fucking remember that I watch it.
Oh yeah, I need to watch the new season 2.
I actually like it, which means it's the least popular season of all of Rick and Morty.
Wow.
Because I get the feeling I'm not Rick and Morty's target audience, so the fact that I like it, and I already see a lot of comments that are like, Rick and Morty sucks this season, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm enjoying it.
I've seen a lot of people say they really like it.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
I need to watch it. But
I'm by no metric a Rick and Morty fan. I used to think the show was fucking boring, terrible, just garbage. So
see, I like every other season almost. Like season 1's chill. Season 2 was weird. Actually no, I didn't like season 3, but then I liked season 4. Yeah, I like just
season 5 is the only season of Rick and Morty I can say I actually liked.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, it's on like Adult Swim or whatever. So
which I think, if anything, should tell you that my opinions on Rick and Morty, if you have enjoyed Rick and Morty in the past, are not to be trusted. Because I am clearly not the audience for which the show is intended.
Correct, yeah. I'm the target audience.
Yes. Yeah, so I think we're good to wrap, though, don't you, John?
Oh yeah, I think we're good. We'll be back next week with the Mal list, which will be interesting.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll give you the plus side of this is that you can go to my Mal list. I expect a friend request live on stream, John.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And the fun part about that is that if you go to my actual Mal list, I am decently well organized, so you can actually find Dartboard, and I have a Dartboard tag. So you can click that, and it'll give you the entirety of Dartboard, just all listed under my completed list.
Oh, so we can do the wheel on my channel then if I have access to that, right?
No. The only way we could do the wheel on your channel is if you spun the wheel.
Yeah. So all I need to do is copy and paste that into the wheel.
Oh no! What I mean is I have darts that were selected as part of my completed tag.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I could give you the list if you want it, but
no, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah. So mate, if you can find me a safe way to watch that, I will watch it and review it next podcast. That's my commitment. That's my anniversary gift to you for our 1 year anniversary.
Our 1 year anniversary, yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take a few minutes just to reflect, John, on our favorite. What was your favorite topics over the last year?
Goku versus Sailor Moon was definitely up there. Mostly because it was a hour and so rant of just. I'll get back to you on that. And okay, awesome. That was definitely one of them. Just the off-topic rants. Those are always my favorite.
Yes.
We're just like tangent on God knows what that has nothing to do with the topic we're actually talking about.
I am with you. I find myself coming back to Fight Club. I'm a fucking lunatic because I will actually rewatch segments of the podcast. I've never rewatched I've never rewatched the entire podcast all at once, but I've rewatched segments of the podcast. And Fight Club are ones I tend to go back to. Also, Anime Dartboard, I'll go back to, and also the unofficial Fight Club is what I will call it, where I went on a rant about stop using Goku in versus battles.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that rant, and honestly. This is going to sound conceited. Part of it, I just love hearing myself passionately tell people about Medaka Box. And how much I love Medaka Box.
I mentioned a very passionate rant. So
yes. I mentioned this on the stream. I'm not sure if it's got across. I was wrong about what Scarlet did, and I would like to order official retraction. I said Scarlet reopened all of the wounds that you've ever suffered in your entire life. When I talked about ways Medaka could kill Goku, I was wrong about that. What Scarlet actually does is lets Medaka, with a thought, reopen all of the wounds you've ever received in your entire life, but also all of the emotional damage as well. Like, all of the emotional wounds, like all of your emotional trauma and hysterics and mental damage, just also at the same time just bursts wide back open.
So basically, what she would do to me is make me relive that moment where I watched the last Digimon movie.
Oh, that would be in there. But also every other trauma at the same time, and also any other physical wound you've ever had at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, I would be dead for sure.
Oh yeah. So would Goku. That was the point of that of that rant. Goku versus Darth Maul. I mean, Goku. If that's a real one, Goku, yeah.
I mean, they did Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Kakashi, and Kakashi won, so...
Yeah.
That was actually a fun fight to
Obi-Wan
watch.
Kenobi versus Kakashi.
Yeah, that was a fun fight to watch. I like that one.
Agreed. Kakashi, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it'd have to be Kakashi.
Yeah. Because, here's why. He's fast. He's very fast.
He's fast as fuck, boy.
It's his actual speed. That's the clincher in that fight.
Yeah, they said that he was I think it was 100 times faster than Obi-Wan, so...
I have no idea, but Kakashi can cut a lightning bolt in half in midair.
Yeah.
So...
He's badass.
Yeah. Kakashi, fun fact, not the fastest character in Naruto, but...
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Fastest character in Naruto is Naruto.
No, it'd be Kushina's frying pan.
You know what? Fair enough. Second fastest character in Naruto is
Just like Himawari is the strongest character in Naruto.
Yes, yes. Yeah, the nut punch heard around world.
Yeah. That's that's fact, yeah. So yeah, that and we have Dark Souls 2 to look forward to. That'll be
Yes.
fun. And yeah.
Yeah. Exciting announcement. I will be back for Dark Souls 3 if John is okay with it.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna do it on my own, so.
Yeah. This is a very this was There's like a seemingly very low topic podcast, but I kind of like how laissez-faire and like easily we just let ourselves drift from topic to topic. It was sort of the original like concept of the podcast, just to be a lot looser with it. So I think it turned out really well. And you know, while we're looking back over this year of podcasting, what I have to say is that this one also had a lot of new introductions, the new tech with the spin, and if I may say so myself, I think I gave my greatest ever intro to Anime Dartboard.
Exactly. So. Kushina's frying pan right there. That intro to Dartboard caught me off guard so much, and I loved every second of it.
Yes.
That'll be something I go back and watch and probably clip and throw somewhere.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to rewatch it when we're done with this podcast. But don't forget, John, that you're hosting next time, and it is going to be your turn to intro Dartboard. Follow that one.
I cannot follow that up.
That's okay. I think that was the best I could do, too.
I will try my damnedest, but I fuck it up each time anyway, so we'll see.
Anyway, yeah, so I think we're good to wrap. This actually is the shortest podcast we've ever done, like I suspected, but that's okay, because we've been doing some pretty long ones.
Yeah, they've gone over 4 hours.
Yeah. So let's see. On the 21st, we are going to try to do a stream on John's channel, making his Mal list. I will be there to help, of course. And let's see. We have flirted with the idea of Dark Souls 2 returning on the 28th. We'll see how John's feeling. We'll see how I'm feeling. I think I'm getting better. He's clearly getting worse. So
you're not wrong.
We'll fucking see. And it looks like podcast is going to be on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the 4th. September. Nice. John, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got coming up?
Coming up, we got Majora's Mask, and I'm going. The next couple streams will be going very retro-y again. There's a couple videos that I want to do, so I want to record some content and stream at the same time. So we'll be trying to do that. I can't make any promises because it really depends on how I feel and stuff like that. Due to slipping decline in health, it's been really even sitting here for the 3 hours has been actual torture. But I have to do it. So, there's gonna be some other games too. I downloaded a whole bunch of games. I'm gonna probably open up requests and stuff. Superman 64 will probably be eventually soon. Hopefully I can do that easy cheat and not have to worry about those fucking rings. But other than that, I mean, that's what I got going on.
I have heard that from a YouTube comment, by the way. I've never played that game myself, so it might not work. But that is what I've heard, is if you play on easy, you don't deal with the rings.
Fair enough. I'll definitely test that theory out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got going on?
Well, let's see. I'm looking to try on Monday, finishing by Shoujo Senshi Sailor Moon Another Story. I've been streaming pretty consistently lately, about 6 hours every stream, starting at 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to be doing it at 4, but I keep missing by 2 hours. But I'm trying to get, I'm going to start trying to get my sleep schedule back on track. I was more worried about my health for now. Then I was worried about getting my sleep schedule, but now that I'm starting to gradually feel better, I'm going to start worrying to try to fix my sleep schedule. And so we're looking to start streaming from 4 to 10. And I'm expecting next stream, maybe we will finish by Shoujo Senshi Sailor Moon Another Story. So 1 to 2 more streams than that. Can't imagine it'll go much longer than that. Then Persona 2 Eternal Punishment will probably hit the next podcast by then. But after that, Pache viewer request Undertale, Pokemon X, Digimon Next World Order. No way we get further than that. Other noteworthy thing, I changed how viewer requests work for game requests. I made a long post on that. Basically, after after Mega Man Battle Network, it'll be every 3 games instead of every other game. Which I think will really help me, 1, make my way through my list, 2, help stave off burnout, and 3, not have to deal with the fact that viewer requests have doubled the entire list. So, as for will we be getting an episode of Water, my honest answer with you is probably not going to get an episode of Water. But for a special anniversary gift, I will tell you what is on the episode of Water if you want, because I know what will appear on it if anyone is interested in that. What will be appearing in the episode of Water, and I can probably even tell you the order, is something just called Sukeban, Delinquent Detective, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Astra in the Stars, or for the Stars, and Karakuri Circus will be appearing after that. And after that is going to be... hold up. Bop, bop, and bop. Is going to be Henasuki, Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as Long as She's Cute? Special 7 Special 7 Special Crime Investigation Unit. Wise Man's Grandchild, and I am planning to end like Water 14 with Demon Slayer.
Yes, I like Demon Slayer a lot, which means you probably won't like it.
It's very popular. I guess we'll see. But anyway, you will probably not get that episode of Water by the next podcast. But there's your little preview because it's the anniversary. And yeah. So look forward to all that. That's what I'm doing. That's what John's doing. I think we're good to call it.
Also, I want to shout out Made for that 100% accurate statement. Sitting here is torture, and also I'm going to play Superman 64 is the epitome of my life. Because I just like to torture myself.
I mean, is that better or worse?
I'd honestly rather be here and be in pain than actually play Superman 64. But, you got to do it for the people. The people have requested it, and I said, if you guys spend your channel points on it, I will play it.
Oh, John, I'd rather be here with you than playing Superman 64 too.
I mean, that's a compliment. I'll take it.
Anyway, I have been Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope.
And I have been ConquertheJohn, your envoy of John. You can find me at twitch.tv/ConquertheJohn, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the same handle.
Let me post your link because you didn't.
I forget.
Pardon me. Let me post your link.
Oh
God! Oh, shut up, me. Oh God, I hate it.
Yeah, if I magically do this, sometimes it disappears on screen. But I
there you go. There's John's link. Everyone knows John. But yeah, check John out. He'll be doing games. Majora's Mask. That's right. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.
See you later, alligators.
Oh, very important thing right before we wrap up. By the way.
Yeah.
The spoilers are over. Throw up the horns. You can come back now.